crypto pirates? Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate. Captain RG3, and tonight is your effing hangout. This is your place. This is your time. You've always wanted to come onto the stream. Get your ass in here. Tonight's the night, because there is not many people showing up this evening. What is it? Too cold? Everybody getting ready for spring? Crypto got everybody butthurt or something right now? Is everybody out shopping for NFTs? Is that where we're at? Is that what we're doing? I will post. I'll post the link. How about any fudsters? Do we have any fudsters? Any haters? Anybody want to come in and have their way with the old pirate? I'm here for you. I've been waiting. Haven't seen none of you. None of you've come. Anyway, welcome everybody. Let's say hello to the chat room real quick. See who's in here. I think I see some OGs in here tonight. Jay Everything, welcome. And yes, salute to you too, bro. Bobby Marley, Eric, just Eric, huh? Was DCC back from? No, DCC. I talked to him today. He and I had oh my gosh, we haven't been able to reminisce on crypto for a while, and today we did. And wow, what the hell is going on out there? We were just having our way with it, messing around with QuakeSwap, and we were cryptoing it today. It's always good to have somebody that you can just talk crypto to, get on the phone, and just nobody knows what you're talking about around you, but man, you guys have fun. Michael Hex, yes, Hexicanos, Hexicans, welcome. Baby Well, yo. Sig Hex 148, Marco the Hexican, welcome. Let's go, let's do it. Blue Bum, OG, and Toblerus. Is it Toblerus or Russ? Toblerus. Anyway, welcome. Oh, another OG. Serena, the ultimate OG, the YouTuber extraordinaire. Guys, if you don't know or haven't ever seen any of Serena Alonzi stuff on her YouTube channel, go over there and check it out. She is the original OG YouTube Hexican. They don't get any more OG than Serena. Glad to have you in there, Serena. T-Brand. Yes, here we go, bud. One Hexy Mofo. OG. Dude, Hex Currency. Crypto Gains Club 369. Yeah, oh, you got a little heart there for Serena Alonzi. Yep. Everybody's after the Serena. Crypto King, the Dana White, all right, of the Hex Nation. Brian Magruder, another OG. Who else is in here? Crypto Ewok. Look at all the OGs tonight. Bran, of course. Look at Wake Dog. El Hexadente, another OG. And who else? Hex Mac. Yes. Bob Saget, Internet Lurker, man, everybody's in the house. Cookie Boys, gosh, it's been a while since I seen you in, buddy. Basho, man, look at everybody, and of course, COC. What's up, COC? Glad to see you in with us. Right on, everybody. Well, come join us. Hey, Timmy B's in too. Timmy B in the house. Another real old time OG Hexican. Timmy used to do like hex streams out of the front seat of his car, like his truck, out on the job sites and shit where he was. And I think now he's retired, guys. He was working at his job, hex streaming out of his front seat, and just kind of contemplating on hex and what it was all about. And now dude's like semi-retired, traveling the world in probably a new truck. Anyway, anybody gonna come hang with us tonight? Did I give you guys? Did I send the link in there? I think I did. Hold on a second. Ding, 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 ding. Tonight's your night. Come hang with us. Not a whole bunch going on. And then day 40. Let's see. Robert Natano says day 43. OG here. Great to be here. RG Hex has my attention and loyalty every day, all day, every day. Nate J. Yo, what up, Nate J? Our big winner, the Hex winner, the winner of like the biggest freaking Hex giveaway ever. So, all right, guys. So crypto's gone out of its fucking mind with this NFT shit. Now, for those of you who weren't around during 2017, 2018 run up, tippy top, biggie back bottom, I mean, it was there was something that was going on that tripped everybody out, and that was that was these crypto kitties things, and they came out, and it was like an NFT type of deal on Ethereum, and it was these stupid fucking cats, and it clogged up the network. And I mean, I understood the concept behind like crypto stamping things and making them rare or something, but it was kind of like, I never got into it. It was just too weak for me. I just didn't like it. I was like, well, maybe one day they'll have some use case for it, but the last thing I'm going to do is spend $1 million on a picture of a cat because it's got a different spot on it somewhere. I didn't get that at all. Like, I never did get the whole in-game skins thing for gamers, for their weapons and shit. I never really, maybe that's just because I'm an old salty fuck, Xer or whatever, but never did see the use case for any of that stuff yet. I think we're years away from seeing any of that shit become some type of a use case. But some stupid motherfucker, and I think it was the dude over at Binance, our friend across the ocean, bought a goddamn NFT for like $69 million. I mean, what in the hell is that all about? That just doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. That's serious rectum cranial inversion right there. I mean, you just, that's a disease. That is a disease. There's something else going on there when you see shit like that. And it's like all of this stuff is warning shots to me. There's things going on that just, now, again, I'm not predicting some kind of a crypto dump, but I think we're getting close to the top. We might have another run up. I don't know, man. I don't know. But everything's pointing to me like 17, man. Like, it's, the end is here, man. You guys have done fucked this thing up. Bull run's over. Pack your bags. It's time to go. That's just my, that's what my scars are telling me anyway. So, when people start doing stupid shit like that, it's like, okay, guys, it's time to go home. It's time to get to bed. So, you guys are done. You guys are done with this shit. So knock it off. But hey, there may be another run in it. We'll see. And then, so that's one thing that I'd like us to kind of chit chat about. And I'm sure everybody else have more stuff to talk about. But another thing is, Richard made this tweet today. Hold on. Let me pull this. I want to pull this up because, let's see here. Richard the Heart. Oh my gosh, guys. I got a story to tell you guys about Richard today. What a freaking, I am such a freaking dork. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Here it is. I'm going to open this thing up. Oops. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Boom. Okay, let me share the screen real quick. And there we go. Twitter. And let's share this thing. Okay. So, developers, no Solidity and Rust or Go, I want to hire you. t.me/Richard Hart, or email dev@hex.com. Work when you like. Remote only. Great pay. Improving go.hex.com. Then forking ETH. Then wrapped Hex shares on other blockchains in that order. So it stirred up everybody's pot and got everybody all like, oh, and that's, I think, what it was really meant to do. But to think that Richard was actually going on Twitter and trying to recruit people is kind of hilarious to me, because I know goddamn good and well that's the last place Richard's gonna go looking for talent is in crypto Twitter for devs. So I'm sure that if Richard is looking to do some of this shit, this is funny to me, because I know goddamn good and well he's not looking there for his talent. If Richard's got enough brains and enough fucking money and enough, people to, go find real talent, not fucking around on Twitter where people pay $69 million for JPEGs, pixelated JPEGs. So anyway, I just thought that was really funny. I got a lot of phone calls today because of this, and a lot of people wanted to talk about it, and we all got a good laugh. But Yeah, I think that's the last thing that Richard's going to do is go fucking job hunt, go hunting for people on CT. So anyway, I'm going to get ready to bring up. We've got some cutthroats in the room. I want some new people, guys. Let's go. Get some new people in here. Let's. If you're on the D lives, if you're on, let me. I'm going to have to. I'll put it up there. I'm going to bring them up, and then I'm going to put the. Let's see. You know what? I put it in Hex chat. I put it in the Pro chat, so it's all over there. So jump on in. So I'm going to bring up our guests here just a second that are already showing up. And how do I get rid of that? Hold on a second. Let me get. Did I stop it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's bring them on. All right, guys. So these are from these guys are OGs and from the Cutthroats. So Day 43 OG and my man. Hold on a second. Bran, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, good RG3. It's good to see you, man. It's been a little while. You know,
me and you haven't been alone for a while, bro.
Right. It can get all sorts of freaky.
Yeah, where you been, bro? I missed it.
Yeah. It's been a minute, man. Been hanging out with the girlfriend and kind of, doing other things on Fridays. But
bitch. Oh, okay. Never mind.
I've been listening to you guys, though. I mean, here's the thing. I wanted to give, opportunity for the new Hexicans, and then it's been such a minute that I got to, see how everyone's doing and, chit chat a little bit and,
Right on. All right, bro. I'm going to bring up Day 43 OG. What's up, brother? Sorry about that, man. I had to have a minute of alone time with Bran. Oh, nope. Muted. Hold on a second. We got you muted. You're muted. There you go.
How are you guys? Doing good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, really good. I love those Bran RG3 alone times. I really enjoyed them over the months. I remember one you did last year when I think, Bran, you had your cat and you had your cat and you're holding your cat. And then
I remember that.
You flipped to him, and that was hilarious. So what's going on, guys? $69 million for an NFT.
There's got to be more behind that than just, I just bought an NFT for $69 million. There's that money like that doesn't change hands without there being reason behind it. So something went down. This is stupid. It's like, who does everybody? It's something for people to talk about. It was some type of a hedge, some type of a, somebody was passing money somewhere. I think it needs to be investigated. Investigate it, whoever the investigators are. Go check that shit out. There's probably something nefarious going on underneath that thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense.
Come on, nobody moves 69 million for, there's something behind it. There's something behind it.
Absolutely. I
just like Richard's tweet.
I agree. Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting. It gives, look, no expectations at all, but it gives us something to look forward to. And I think that was always something that, was on the cards.
It was, and Richard's been saying he's been working hard lately. What is he working hard at? He was probably, doing stuff, getting people together to do some other stuff, and because Hex is done. He doesn't have anything else to do. Maybe he's trying to do something to build on top of it, help people build on top of it. Who knows?
So if you fork Ethereum, the Hex contract is already in Ethereum. It's already there. So you don't have to do you wouldn't have to do a system state, would you? It's already there. It's just when you fork it, you would just take the moment of the fork.
Roll on a new chain, right? It's just a new chain. Look, I definitely don't have any idea or clue as to how all of that works. I know what a fork is, but my guess is that there has to be some type of a new token, a wrapped hex or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe you don't have to. Maybe you can just, operate it on that chain. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of technical things that go on there when that happens. But usually when that happens, there's an airdrop of some type to the coins that already exist or to the incumbent coin or whatever, so maybe there's something in store for Hexicans who own shares. I don't know. there's a whole lot of speculation that could happen because of that tweet. And I talked for hours with lots of people today about it because everybody, and it went in 100 different directions and ended up nowhere. And, that's probably where this evening will end up by the time we get a couple more people in here to talk about it.
You'd think that if there was a fork, if there is a fork, then there's going to be two versions of Hex. There's going to be the old version and the new version.
Yep.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with having two versions of Hex.
Yeah. Just double my bag up. Have at it, baby.
Why not?
Bigger whales, right? Fatter whales.
Yeah. I got no problem with that. I mean, look, there's probably going to be one that has the social consensus, and we'll all be on that one. But, I've got no problem with having some stakes that are worth maybe a little bit less, but still worth something in the old chain. Got no problem with that.
Yeah. What about you, Bran?
Richard, he always has something up his sleeves, right? To your point, he's working hard, but it's like, man, what's he working on? And it was really cool to see him and Jane King and the other gentleman do the interview the other day, because honestly, first it was with the hairy gentleman, and that guy was kind of like the first official traditional finance guy, and then the second one was the Jane King thing. And honestly, I think it's a good look of what Hex has as a future as far as a use case, right? People can relate to the certificate of deposit. They can relate to Bitcoin being 11 years old. And I think Hex really has a use case because, you mentioned these $60 million NFTs. At the end of the day, it really is a JPEG with just a serial number attached to it. And it's really cool to see things like Hex. They already performed at the end of the Ethereum bear market, and who knows, it might do the same thing again, or it might just continue going up and to the right. But either way, we're doing solid.
Yeah.
So RG, I was going to say, you think that this bull run is coming to a close, maybe?
Okay, so if I was looking at it traditionally from the cycles that I've seen, I'd say, fuck yeah, it's over. Here it comes, guys. Get ready. Fucking secure yourselves. Batten down the hatches. Get some warm blankets and, get your acids in bed because here it comes. But the thing that's got me thrown off is all of this institutional money and how it's in. It's not the CMEs, I guess they were called when they came in. The institutional money that came in 2017 rug pulled. I mean, it came in, had its way with crypto and Bitcoin, and then after it was done, it wiped it on the curtains and left. And that's what happened in 2017. And so I don't see that happening now because of what Grayscale and the funds have done. They've kind of secured money in there, and I don't see Elon pulling his 1.5 billion out. Maybe he diversifies if a bear market comes. Maybe he diversifies into Ethereum and some other stuff. I don't know. I don't have
Doge.
Doge. I mean, and that's another thing. It's like the insanity of crypto. It's like, okay, I understand the funds and I understand money coming in and all of this stuff and people getting excited about it. And even, for instance, like an Elon putting in the money that he did and maybe getting some other big ones to FOMO in or whatever, but I don't understand all this cryptiness that they're creating out there with the Doge coins and the NFTs and all of this stuff. I mean, it's like crypto finally starts to get some traction, and then of course the fucking circus has to come out and the clowns jump out of the fucking truck and run around and bang each other on the head and shit. And it's like there it is. There's the crypto circus. Here we are. Okay, we're back. And just like when it gets legit, it's like, nope, bring in the clown car, and that's what I see going on here. But I just see that there's probably some hodl money, some big hodl money that's going to stay. So maybe we won't see as big a dip as we saw in the last bear market, So that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts anyway. It just feels different, you know. And I've heard Richard even say kind of the same thing. So
yeah, it does feel. It does feel different. I mean, ETH feels like it has underperformed so far. It feels like ETH has more. It could do more, but I mean, who knows? Who knows?
I know. I think ETH has a nice run in it. Maybe till the summer. I think maybe we might see something like that happen. But it just like hasn't. I haven't heard a pop yet. I haven't heard that, you know, its head come out of its ass. I haven't heard that pop from ETH yet. So it's just like it's still got its head up its ass. I'm sorry, but you know, with the way things are and the fees and the layer, you know, 2 and snarks and roll ups and all this shit, you know, it's like fucking shit or get off the pot, guys. Bring it now or forever hold your peace. If it's not ready, you might want to make an announcement and say, hey, coming in 2022, ETH 2.0. You know, don't push it, you know.
So the gas fee thing is coming in July, I think.
The
optional,
IP 555 or whatever it is,
yes,
the EIP 555.
It sounds like unwrecked.
What's that?
Ethereum. That sounds like unwrecked Ethereum improvement protocol, the P155.
EIP 155.
You know, his old handle.
His old handle, yeah. So yeah, the EIP 155. You know, I guess, you know, it's like a FU protocol to the miners, you know, like, hey, this is the way it's going to be. So I heard that they're all in an uproar and their panties are in a bunch because of it. And which is understandable. I mean, shit, man, if you're making money a certain way and then somebody says, well, no, we're going to take that away from you. I'd be pissed off too. You know, if I had a cash cow, something that I put a lot of money and time and effort and fucking heart into, I'd be pissed too. You know, I mean, maybe it's for the betterment of the you know, the token or the coin itself, you know, of Ethereum's network. But I mean, I understand that they're upset.
You're still going to have to bid. My understanding is, and my understanding of it is very shallow, I'll just say that, but my understanding is you'll still have to bid higher to beat.
Yeah, it's just giving it a baseline is all. It's like, okay, here's the baseline, and you have to accept these fees as the baseline. But then if you want your transaction to move faster, you're still going to have to up the gas, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that it changed that.
We'll have to just see how it plays out. I don't think how it's going to play out is knowable.
Yeah. Well, whatever they're doing over on Matic network, you know, on layer 2, that's like fucking transactional crack over there, man. I mean, that shit's like badass. I mean,
yeah, it's awesome.
It's a son of a bitch to get over there. It's scary as fuck too. And then there's the 8 minutes of death, you know, but you know, it's once you do get over there, you don't want to leave. You're like, oh, can you keep this freaking network, please, can I keep it? You know, but
I was saying it on Nights of the Crypto Table that, you know, Ethereum has second layer scaling solutions that are being implemented now, and you know, anyways, it's really cool to see things like transactions being
fast,
right? Yeah, hyper-sped through layer 2. I mean,
and cheap.
You can tell it's like, yeah, dude. It's just at the beginning, you know.
How many transactions have you made over there, Bran? Have you seen how many transactions you've made?
0.
Oh, you haven't?
Well, honestly, dude, I'm pretty good with my stakes where they're at. I mean, I'm, you know, still stacking. I mean, slowly but surely. But
no, I'm not talking about your stakes. I'm talking about did you go over to freaking Quick Swap and start playing around over there?
I haven't messed with it yet, but I should do so soon, right?
I mean, it's to each his own. I've been over there playing just to, and I know there's some other Hexicans over there doing some naughty things. You guys, but I turned a couple of. I feel like, you know, back in my high school or my elementary school days when I was turning kids on to things that they shouldn't have been turned on to, and you know, you just feel like, oh my gosh, I corrupted that guy, and then later on down the road, you see him like standing on a corner with this freaking, you know, nothing. Oh, it's like, oh man, I gave that guy his first, you know. Anyway,
The rabbit hole goes deep.
Yeah. Well, look who's here. This is my good buddy, my OC friend from high up in the sky, Mr. Lou.
Brad. Day
What's up?
43. What's up, fellas?
What's happening, dude?
Good to see y'all. It's been a while, huh?
It has been a while. Man. What do you know? Are you in a hotel? Or are you at home? Or what do you got going on there?
I'm in the man loft, and nice. I'm playing it easy today. I was body surfing down my flight of stairs this week, and I twisted my ankle. And
oh no,
that's not good.
So I'm babysitting tonight. I got a sleepover crew downstairs, and so I had nothing better to do but hang out with you guys. So this is fun.
Nice.
Good to see you, man.
So did you break it, or did you just twist it, or what?
I don't know. I'm not going to the hospital. I went 90 degrees, heard something crack, and I laid out. I was like, I'm just laying out. I'm not fighting it. And I got to the bottom of the stairs, and I was like, hey, that worked out. I'm all in one piece. And I just started icing it. So I'm walking already. You know, I went to Park City, Utah. I was skiing like a banshee, and then I get home, and I fall down a flight of stairs. So. Go figure, right?
That's it. You know what? It's like I'll go out and I'll go work in the yard. I'll go throw stuff in my truck, take it to the scrap yard, take it to the junkyard, do all this stuff. And then the other morning I bent over to grab my computer out of the bag, my laptop out of the bag, and I threw my back out.
Yeah.
Like, really? Fucking really, laying there like, oh geez. And it one time I reached for a coffee cup, same thing, back went out. Oh,
yeah,
man, and
you worked for it. That's many years of destroying yourself. So
yeah,
there's this far.
there's like some of them are just not dis. They're just yeah. What's left?
Hey, Liberty, where's good to ski in the US?
Park City. Park City is pretty epic.
Park City's badass. I mean,
yeah, it's up in Utah. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. That is nice. Have you ever been up to the Zermatt up there, the Zermatt Resort up there at Park City? Oh man, that place is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, day 43. Sometimes we get out of the state, out of the country, and go up to Banff or Whistler. I mean, that's all Canada. It's great stuff. Maybe Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Yeah,
pretty sweet. I know Kinetics is big on that area too. So
yeah, Mammoth up in California is good.
Never been to Europe.
No,
I've been to all over Europe, but not for skiing purposes.
Not for skiing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went to a place called Courchevel a few years back now, and that was epic. It was like it took me like 2 hours to get to the top, and then I skied for like 2 hours down, just no lifts. It was fantastic.
Nice.
It was my wife's idea. I mean, I'm 1 month younger than RG3, so I was envisioning what do they call those? A ligament going or something. So I was just hanging out on the greens and a little bit of the blues, but the little girls were skiing and they were happy and they were flying right by me. And I was like, what the heck? You guys are like 8 years old, they're flying by me. So I was like, all right, this is for the birds. So it was fun though.
So just to let everybody know, so Kinetics is on Wife Appreciation Night, or else. And DC is like, I mean, he was ready to go to bed at like 9 o'clock this morning. He's freaking wrecked. His courses that he's doing have got him like busier than a one-legged man in ass kicking contests. He's just
a workaholic, man.
he is just burning it. We had a nice long talk today though about what was going on in crypto, and I got him on the Matic network. He wanted to check out. He goes, how do I get on this stupid thing? And he's trying to get on, and he's like, oh, okay. And okay. He's so freaking brilliant though. I mean, the guy had it on a phone. He was doing it on his phone, freaking nice. Out in the field. I got it. No, I got it. Hey, no, what do I do? Oh, okay. Oh, this is stupid. This is ridiculous. How are we going to teach people how to do this stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I know, dude. It's crazy. I mean, the things you got to do to make crypto work is like, I mean, I don't know. It's laughable. A lot of it is laughable. I mean, we are in the highest appreciating asset class ever known to man. But it's still like, it's so scary because it's like it's got its legs blown off and they're trying to fix it with sticks and band-aids. And it just, it's just constant band-aids on just profuse bleeding is just what crypto reminds me of. It's just like they can never fix it right. It's just like is it too wrecked for them to even get it right? When are they going to finally get this thing right? They've been working on this shit for 11 years, with all these amazing price rises and shit. And still we have shit like try onboarding somebody and go and try onboarding somebody, getting them on Coinbase, getting them into or any other platform for that matter, getting them into crypto, getting them into their MetaMask wallet, showing them how to get on the Matic networking and get them. I mean, it's just too much. It's like there's no way that this should exist like that. It shouldn't even be a thing. It's like, what is this? Why would you do some stupid shit like this? Are you trying to have me lose my money? Are you trying to, are you just waiting for me to slip up? Is it just like a big obstacle course? I mean,
well, crypto doesn't sleep too, right? It's 24/7. So it's even more of an addiction for those that are like, looking at the couple percent gains or whatever gains, constantly. It's intense, man. It's slow to onboard some people sometimes because they're not used to crypto, right? They might be used to different markets, but you got to kind of educate them and get them, I guess, hooked in. But no, you're totally right, man.
Well, we'll see. RG, you got me a little freaked out between you and Wales and Kareem. I sold some Bitcoin.
You did a good thing. You sold Bitcoin at the top, you motherfucker.
Allegedly. I'm suing you guys if it goes up. But
I know that you bought a boat and it's not that seaworthy, so maybe you might have an accident out there with it.
So it's interesting because what do you do with it, right? So I put aside the 20% to go ahead and pay taxes. Important lesson, everybody. It's not your money. It's not your part of it's not only part of it's your money. Yep. And then I was trying to figure out because I'm heavily invested in MetaMask in our in Hex, and there's the whole security thing on that side. I thought it would be neat to spread out my risk and use Staker. So I had already had a wallet and I tested it. But I was texting on Telegram with Firebun. I was like, Firebun, this is what I want to do. These are the dates that I want to go ahead and, I want to do like 5 stakes, divide this amount into 5 stakes. And these are the dates I'm looking at. And they didn't really have the technology to do it. But a week later, I don't know if you guys have been into Staker, but they created the thing where you could put every 3 years for 15 years, it'll divide your stake into 5. So that's new. So I think it's new for all of you. It worked on mine. So it's like I want to do stakes every 5 years for 15 years. It'll divide them into 3 stakes. And, it made the fees completely affordable. We maxed out on the Staker app fees and you divide by 5. I did 5 stakes, but you divide by 5 and it was quite reasonable. It came out to about $50 per stake, just to do them in one lump sum. So now I have a large stack on MetaMask. And what's funny is how much things have changed, in 8 months because, I put in more money into this one than I put into the first one. And I only got about 10% as much Hex as I had before. But so now we have more money on Staker app than we have on MetaMask. But the diversification is important. So the ability to use 2 different wallets, the Gnosis Safe and then the MetaMask, there's a lot of scary stories out there. It's funny. I put a text on tweet on Twitter, and Kareem tried to show me his referral link. I was like, "Hey guys, I'm trying to do Staker, and this is what I want to do." And next thing you know, Kareem comes in and is like, "Here, let me send you my referral link." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm not a rookie. I've been here for a long time." But that was the positive story is another use for Staker app to go ahead and use it for diversification. That second wallet, that different level of security. So Firebun was awesome. He figured out what I needed. He got it done. It's now a feature, and I feel good about it. So,
yeah, Staker is a game changer when it comes to Hex. I mean, it's going to make things a lot easier. I think the only thing that we need to get around is just the ETH fees, and I think they're working on it. I mean, I don't know if they're going to get it done anytime soon, but they're working on it. I mean, it's just kind of my son tossed some more money at me. He said, "Hey, Dad, I want to. We got a dip here. I'm gonna go ahead and get some." So he went in and got some more hacks, and the fees, just the fees. It's like, gosh, this is ridiculous. Moving this.
I have one of the guys I brought on board. He's really successful, and he went small, and he's been texting me saying, "Hey, dude, I got 10,000 hex and." I don't want to pay this much for fees. And I told him, I was like, look, you played the game. We didn't know back then. You played small ball, right? You did a small amount for a short period of time. But it's not all's lost. I go, just pay the $100 or $50 or whatever it costs to get out there. Just leave it there. Leave it liquid. There's nothing wrong with leaving it liquid. Sell it at 20 cents or sell it at $1. You just played it wrong. Or restake it and just say whatever. But you're looking at it from today's prices. 0.009. You look at it from 90 cents. It's the fees are nothing. So just you just adjust your attitude.
I agree. You have to update your worldview. I was watching a video where Richard was talking about the like day 1, day 2, day 3 stakes were like 2 Gwei, and at its highest it went like 1,000 Gwei during the Uniswap airdrop. And what Richard talks about all the time is like updating your worldview, right? So for myself personally, I mean, I'm guilty of this where I had a lot of big stakes, but also had a lot of like small stakes that I was kind of like laddering. And I had to realize like, oh, okay, with the fee that it costs to computate for the time, maybe it's just smarter for me personally to do bigger stakes that are shorter time as opposed to like monthly stakes, things like that. So I agree. You kind of got to just go with the flow as it happens.
I like that strategy, Liberty. I like that strategy of putting something into the staker wallet, because I mean your legacy stakes are obviously not transferable. I know I'm probably going to get some hate in the chat for talking about this stuff. No. But that staker wallet, although it's not something that's possible right now, I think in future they will be transferable, and you'll be able to transfer the whole wallet with the staking ladder in it. Maybe not individual stakes, and that will be like an open version of that other contract, because you'll just be able to transfer that whole wallet, which is also good for when you want to pass things down or pass things on to your kids. I mean, that's a positive in that respect as well. So yeah, I think that's a wise thing, and I haven't done my ladder yet, but I'm going to very soon.
Yeah, I was out of town for the encapsulated stakes conversation.
The encapsulated stakes conference.
I was like, it made sense to me. Everybody has different needs, so there's going to be people. I think of my uncle. He's 78 years old, and he'd love to have a 15-year stake, but he's not going to live that long. So if the encapsulated stake was up, I'd say buy a 15-year stake and sell it 7 years from now. It might totally work out, but so there's those people that will need it. But why buy like what we're learning? Why buy a 6-month stake if you could buy a 15-year stake and sell? And I know there's guys out there that are thinking best return possible. Why would you do this? It makes no sense. You might as well make as much. The purist. Yeah, which is fine, but that's not where everybody is. Some people are going to love it. And then there's guys like me. I'll buy your encapsulated 15-year stake. I'm cool with that. What do you want for it? So
discount stakes.
Yeah, I got to sell more Bitcoin. I got a lot of Bitcoin left to sell. So I'll sit around and I'll buy some encapsulated stakes down the road.
That's not nice, Jay. Jay said something very, very ill about Kareem in the chat.
Kareem's all right.
No, he just said it. He gave Kareem's referral code to his cat's little box.
What I love about Kareem is he talks about himself in the third person. I was like, wait a minute. I don't walk around saying Liberty say this and Liberty said that and Liberty's going to go for a walk and Liberty does this. I thought that was pretty funny. Oh, and you know who I think who Wales sounds like? We got the big who's our guy, our smart guy that turned out to be a white Australian guy who we thought was a British Indian guy. But
Silver the end of that.
You're talking about Silver.
But Wales is the guy in the movie 8 Mile. He's a Future. He sounds exactly like Future, like Eminem's buddy. So that's who I picture when I see Wales Only. So.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't look like that at all. I think I'm the only person who's actually met Wales in Well, we had a stream chat, and I met him.
I've watched everything.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
I've watched everything he's done. I did it all in like 3 weeks. All of those, I really appreciate what he's doing. So
yeah, he is a brilliant young man, and he's got his head on straight, and he knows what he's talking about. He's been in the financial world for so long. He's just kind of like put 2 and 2 together and said, hey, this is what's going on here. And some of his realizations to me have been like, oh yeah, I've already figured that out. But you certainly do explain it a lot more eloquently than I do. That's for sure. But yeah, it's good to have people like that in the community.
Totally. It's always nice
from the financial world. He confuses me, and I come from the financial world, and I'm just like, whoa, I don't know what he's talking about. That's really out there. So, but the calculus side too. So that's the part that I don't, I'm not strong on. So I'm like, whoa.
Well, he understands shares in a way. He understands the value of the shares in the chart and all that in a way that I can't even comprehend. When he starts talking about that, I get lost because I don't understand exactly what he's talking about when he's getting on that chart. And he says it so matter-of-factly because he knows it, and I haven't figured it out yet. So I get lost there.
Right. Did you guys see Hexo's tweet?
Yeah, I did.
Ago?
Oh, are you talking about today's tweet or which one?
Well, it's the one, might be yesterday my time, but today for you guys. The one how he's talking about like that 1.4 billion stake being a master troll, because in that account there's only what was it? 420.69 hex left in the account.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I heard that somebody put that in that account.
Right. Okay. All right.
Marco, the Hexican. Okay, so Marco, this is the one thing that I've got to tell everybody. So it says Wales is huge for the Hex community, open everyone's eyes. Look, bro, some of us have been woke a long time before Wales came around. Just to let you know, I just want to put that out there that my eyes were open a long time ago. And we've been opening eyes from day one. So yeah, I know I appreciate like what he does, but that's kind of a ridiculous comment to say here on a stream that's been around from freaking, the first months of Hex. And we've dissected it 6 hours at a time for a whole year straight. So
you've been a parent. You've been a parent though, RG. It's like you tell your kids things 10, 15, 20, 100 times, and then some other parent tells them the same thing, and they're like mind blown. Yeah, exactly. So sometimes you just hear from somebody else.
That is a lesson I've always wanted to teach everybody. Liberty is exactly what you're saying. Is if you're having trouble like explaining Hex to a family member or somebody that like mom or brother or whatever, you got to realize that those people have seen every fuck up that you've ever made in your whole life. They've watched you get in and out of shit. They watched 2018 wreck you in crypto. All of this stuff that they've seen you do, things that you failed at, not cleaning your room and all the other shit that you've done. So the last thing they're going to do is take real financial advice from you. So bring somebody else to the table, bring them to a stream, bring them to something else and let them get the information there and say, hey, don't trust me, but trust my judgment and look what I've found, and send them somewhere else. Because if you try and explain it, sometimes they just kind of gloss over and go, yeah, I remember when you wrecked your car and, blah, 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 and all that other kind of weird shit, So yeah, your credibility with your friends and family sometimes is shot. So pass it along somewhere else and get them in front of something else.
I love Hex Clips for that reason, right? Hex Clips takes content from all the YouTube channels, from yours, from Wales, from whoever, and they kind of condense it down into like bite-sized segments that that are valuable information. So I think it's cool for like people like them that take information from multiple people's channels, because you're right, no one wants to hear the thing from their brother, from the sister. Sometimes they need to hear it from like someone that's more credible.
And Sammy says, Whale sounds cool AF. You know what, Sammy? He is a good looking, solid dude. That's all I can tell you is that Wales is as good looking as he sounds. That's for sure.
You're safe, Bran.
Wales in the chat.
Archie's got a new boyfriend. You're safe.
Thank God. My prayers have been answered.
Bran.
He's got a new man crush. Day 43, I keep interrupting you. Sorry, buddy. Day 43, sorry for interrupting you.
No, I'm good, mate. I wasn't saying anything. I was
earlier.
I thought Bram was saying, oh, right. Oh, dude. I don't know what I was talking about back then.
It's all right.
I got nothing for you.
What else? So you got guys that are saying that we need to unify and have a message. And I think you know, some of the guys out there saying there's so many streams and we're all saying the same thing and this and that. I was thinking about it. I go, you know what? Each show brings its own crowd, you know, and some of these shows are fun, just fun entertainment. We forget that, like this show, there's a lot of information, but a lot of it's just entertainment. We got like Silver the Antidote, that's content, you know, Whales might be content, Hexo's fun entertainment, you know, so each show brings its own following. We'll see what happens.
It does. And that's what every show does. And that's what I try and tell everybody is, you know, stream, go out there and do your own unique thing. Pep, Big Pep is like, I mean, I love his show. He just goes and does his thing. He's Pep, you know, and you just got to go do your own thing. And that's what I like seeing is Hexicans getting out there, finding their stride and then doing it like Wales. Wales is freaking killing it with his charts and his financial know-how. And he's bringing a lot to the table for the Hex community, you know, things that we've talked about, but haven't been able to articulate as well as he has, you know, he's articulated it in a way that everybody can understand it, from the most knowledgeable trader, chart reader to, you know, the old pleb like myself who just freaking kind of barely gets crypto, you know.
That's why I've always loved this channel so much. I mean, you know, first I saw Hexologist and then I saw Discourse Syndicate, and then, you know, I think on one of the effing Hangouts a long time ago, it's like, all right, you know, I'll join this thing, and it's really cool. You know, you've always talked about Discourse Syndicate being for you guys, right? For you, the viewers, and for the people. And it's awesome to see how many like-minded Hexicans, how many talented and smart Hexicans are doing their own channels or joining each other's streams and like challenging each other, right? Like, I think that's the important part of growth is you need to be able to challenge someone and call them on their BS if you think they're, you know, if you think they need to be called on. So it's cool that we can all learn from each other, and that's where it starts from here.
Well, I think that we need to branch out, though, you know, instead of being a sounding board with one another, we need to be branching out and reaching other communities, whether it's, you know, TikTok community or, you know, some other streaming platforms community, or, you know, coins or finance or guns or cars or whatever communities that we could jump into. I mean, look at what's his name? Gary V.
Yeah, Vaynerchuk.
Yeah. I mean, the guy was a wine dude. I mean, he sold box wine online. I mean, and then all of a sudden he became this self-help guru. You know, this you know, motivational speaker from selling box wine online. I mean, it's the ultimate of how to use the internet to get out there and influence people. And that's what we need to do, is be able to branch out to communities like that. I mean, why not go hit the box wine community and start talking to them about Hex? I mean,
yeah, like what you and Crypto King and Kinetics are doing, kind of like bringing in these other communities, I think it's really cool. And yeah, your past few streams have been great. You know, I agree. You need to cross promote, and people like Gary Funding Jim have been mentioning that for like a long time. So it's really cool to see people like Discourse Syndicate, you know, yourself and Kinetics kind of like taking that lead, because I do agree. I mean, there's only so much of a audience that you can approach when it's the same audience, but when you can branch out to other people's channels and their audience, you know, you can kind of share commonalities together.
Where has Gary been? I haven't seen Gary around.
Gary's been busy. Gary's been busy. I've talked to him a couple of times too, and he's been really big. He's got a little project that he's working on right now, and I'm hoping that he's going to launch it soon. But yeah, and come on the show and talk about it. Yeah,
Hex related.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is. It's crypto related. It's actually influencer related, like crypto influencer related. He's always got his hands in something, man. But yeah, it's been a while since we've seen him, and it'd be nice to have him come up for CFs for a minute. Here, check this out. This is a good conversation to have. So the internet lurker says, why do you guys think Hex hasn't been able to lift off? You think it's market cap or no hype train? Y'all saw my tweet today. Coin went from 0.095 to 70 cents today in 10 months. Well, it's sustainability. Look at where Hex is, and look what it's done, and look where it is. I mean, any coin that runs up like Hex has, or runs up like that coin has, watch what that coin does in a month or two. It's not going to be sitting at 70 cents, I don't think. Usually they have their run-ups and then they fall flat, so Hex has stayed. It went to its highs and it stayed sideways. It's held itself. So look at all of the inflation that Hex had in its launch. I mean, that was an insane amount of inflation and still went straight up. So there's a lot of health that's involved in Hex's run up versus some of the other run-ups that you see. I mean, there was look, for instance, like Matic went from 28 cents just last week, it's up 44 cents. I mean, that's a monster run up, So I mean, but we've seen it happen here in Hex before. It has moved fast. Hey, so speak of the devil, look who's here.
I had lunch with a buddy of mine from the club today, and we talked about Hex briefly. And he was like, you talked to me about this a couple months ago, and I was curious. So I was like, what was the price back then? And he was like 0.003, like 0.3 of a penny. And we forget, we've been sitting here in this range, but that's a pretty good jump in 2.5 months.
Nice ride. That's a real move right there, man.
Yeah, I was like, that was a good price. Like I told you about it.
2.5x, right?
Yeah.
or 1.5x. Here, hold on a second. We got a guest coming in here, and of course he's not going to reveal himself for reasons that are valid as far as I'm concerned. And but we will let him on because he's our man. Wells only, what's happening, beautiful?
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having me on, RG. Hi, Day 43 OG. Give me Liberty or give me Hex. One of the best names out there. BallietBran. What's up, dude?
How are you?
See, ladies, if there is any ladies, there may be just two ladies out there. He is as good looking as he sounds. I'm telling you. That voice is not just... He has all of the equipment to back it up.
You are too much, Archie.
Just to let you know.
He showed you his equipment. Nice.
I can't with you guys, man.
So what's happening? I'm glad you're here because you can help us with some technical stuff tonight.
Sure.
And talk a little bit about some things because, we're all talking about tops and finding, and institutional money being in crypto and looking at, some of the signs of the tops that we're seeing. I don't know if you were around for 2018 for the pump and the dump.
I was. I've been in crypto since the start. So yeah, I've been I've seen a lot of market tops, seen a lot of market bottoms. And I think what we're seeing now is a market top. And the reason for that is because everybody's expecting price to just continue going, just to continue to march higher, which is typical.
Oh, same. Yeah, it's typical.
Yeah, it's typical, right? Like we expect Bitcoin to just go up every day. We expect Ethereum to just go up every day. And we expect, Hex to continue to go sideways. This is what we expect, right? And if there's one thing about markets that's always true, is that when you expect things to continue to happen is when they're going to stop happening.
Expect the unexpected.
Expect the unexpected, right? So,
Wales, you probably know this better than most. Like, Eugene Fama with his efficient market theory, markets go straight up over time, right? They go up to the right.
Right.
But in 2013, Robert Shiller won the Nobel Prize. But he had the opposite theory, and that was that bubbles form and bubbles exist. But no one ever talks about that, right? They just show they zoom out, but they never zoom in and show how often the stock market drops 50% for years on end. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, even though it goes up and to the right, there those wiggles in the middle. There's death in the middle.
Yeah, they don't show that.
Right, they never talk about the wiggles, right?
There's pain and destruction in those little wiggles in the middle.
For sure, they never want to talk about the wiggles, and the wiggles are the parts that nobody ever wants to talk about, right? The wiggles is exactly what we're experiencing right now in Hex, right? Yeah. And that's exactly what you guys were talking about. And that's kind of what it's like, oh, okay, we're talking about sideways action. Yeah, I got plenty to say about that because that's one of my favorite topics because what's going to happen is boing, right? It's just a spring that's coiling. And what we're going to get at the end of that is just an explosion upward. That's all. Simple as 1 + 1 is 2 because that's just how markets work. You know,
What's crazy, like in the Bitcoin argument or in the stock market argument, is when those wiggles happen and people need money when life gets in the way, right? And they have to liquidate when they're down 40% or 50% or 70%. And then you see whales that it goes boing and they're like, oh, I sold out, right? So,
right. That's right when they sell too. That's right when they sell too, right at the last possible moment, right before it rips. And it's happened to me so many times. Yeah, I mean, it happens to everybody. It happens to everybody.
Those candlesticks really are like emotions on a chart. And you can see even right when Big Payday happened, you know, I had a friend that was looking at it and they're like, oh my God, I need to sell right now. It's going to go to zero. And in reality, like that was the best fucking time to be buying, you know, if only they had realized that and then staked it too. Yeah. Like Kareem says, buy the dip while you're being staked. Like that's pretty cool, you know?
Yep. That's really my goal every time, man. And that's kind of why I chose that little image. That's the same one I use for my Twitter. Like I literally have been buying dips in Hex since after the Big Payday because when I first got into it, you know, that was straight FOMO action because there's no other activity really that a human can default to when they come across Hex for the first time. You're going to automatically just want to buy without understanding anything, right? And this was my first inclination 30 minutes into learning about it, 30 minutes into it, not understanding how to earn interest, not understanding anything. I just knew that it paid interest and it was greater than 1% a month. Like I did the math fairly quickly without knowing anything about the system. So, you know, it's a crazy, crazy coin, man. It's crazy. It's
Hey, Wales, I've got a question for you, mate. I've got a maths question.
What's up?
A maths question. You're the maths guy, man. And I'm just.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I knew this one was coming.
Look, I'm not a maths guy, but so in Hex, what sets the share rate is the best ROI of stake that comes off. So, in the first week of the adoption amplifier, there were guys in our community who have publicly said that they did 5 stakes in the first week of the adoption amplifier. So in 15 years time from when that stake was made and it comes off, that's going to set the best ROI. Now my question is it mathematically possible? Is it mathematically possible for there to ever be a better ROI in the system after that from stakes that are post Big Payday?
I want to automatically say no, right? And the reason for that is because when the system always, any system, right? And this is kind of like the nature of airdrops, interestingly enough. Any system is going to always give the maximum reward to the earliest adopters, right? And this ties in even back to market theory, even auction theory. When you think about an auction, right? Markets give the best opportunity at the most illiquid points, right? So that's important to understand. And this also ties into, right? I mean, and this is the funny, like, I know I'm not that old, but man, I've just been lucky enough to make enough mistakes to just know better at this point. And I think that's what makes me sound so educated and smart. But no, I'm just an idiot, really, right? Because I'm an idiot that recognizes I'm an idiot, and that's what makes me seem smart. So that's why it becomes a positive, really, right? Because if you
That's
don't,
a very humble thing to say. I don't think anyone here thinks that, mate.
well,
So
that's
day
the only-
43.
Well, it's the same. It's the same premises. When you know that you don't know, that's when you know. you
yeah.
know? And that's kind of, I think, what
Boom.
he's saying there. You know.
So
Toby
day
Wan
43, are
Hexobi.
you saying that share rate flatlines because after 15 years from or 14 years from now that no one gets a higher ROI and share rate flattens? Is that what you're saying?
Well, Maddie just said, listen
Yeah.
to this. So, and look, I'm going to be the guy that admits it. I still don't understand how ROI is realized and what it means. Hey, what's happened then, Toby Wan? What's happening?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Oh, you guys shilling your links. Go
What's
ahead.
going on,
It's okay. Hold on a second. So share price
Following
isn't just
Balliet's
based
lead.
on max ROI. RH Mistoken correct himself. Good to read the last version of the contract by Kyle. And I think I'm going to have Kyle on because in the early days of DS, we had Kyle on. And he came on and really opened our eyes about shares. And the reason I had Kyle on was because I wanted to I was like, wait a minute, it isn't about Hex. It's about the shares. And again, like Wales just said, I know that I'm that guy that doesn't know that he doesn't know that he doesn't know, or knows that he doesn't know. So I said, I'm going to get the guy that knows shares on and talk about shares. And he opened our eyes and said, shares are this, and this, and they're going to go up continuously. And at that point we were all like, our jaws dropped open. We're like, oh shit, it's about shares. It's about staking.
That's
It's
right.
about, staking long, staking as far out as you can right now. We all fucked up, because we were like a lot of us, and I'm sure a lot of us did this. We all front ran this thing and said, well, big payday, we were all like 3/4 to a half of our stack was ready to come out at big payday, and the rest of it, I'll put a 5-year. I'll put a little bit at 10. I'm going to make one little, circus style freaking 15-year stake out there, and for funsies, right? And then all of a sudden we all went, oh shit, that was a mistake. We made a big ass mistake. We were supposed to stake longer and we really screwed up. And we started emergency end staking. I was on the stream saying, everybody, hey, we made a mistake. We need to get this shit out there as far as you can because it's about shares. Has nothing to do with the Hex you have. Has nothing to do with big payday. Big payday is going to be a joke. Don't rely on big payday for your stack. It's shares. And so we started doing. I mean, I unstaked everything I could in year one. I don't have any stakes this year. My stakes are past 2022 and beyond because I pulled it all out and restaked it and increased my shares by over a third by the time it all came out. So it was the right thing to do because now I'm like, oh man, what a brilliant move that was, because we understood what shares was because of Kyle. Now, the one thing that I haven't wrapped my head around completely yet is how this ROI thing works and how the share price goes up with that and how a guy with a small stake that's out 15 years beats a guy that has a big stake coming out this week or changes the ROI differently than this, big $1 billion, billion half stake changes it. That's what I don't understand is how does it change? What's the math on how it changes?
I got you, and I can answer this because this actually ties in directly to Liberty's question. I'm sorry, to 43 OG's question.
Make it to where this guy, if I can explain it, then people can understand it.
Yeah, I mean it's actually not hard. It's actually very simple. If you actually go into the tech specs, and this is what helped me understand that you actually need to stay in order to maximize the full benefits of the system, right? And tie it in with conjunction of how finance works today and understand that we all are really just a balance sheet, right? Mm-hmm. When we realize that we're really all just balance sheets and our our worth in society is based off of that balance sheet. The reality is that if you own Hex, you have the capability of setting yourself up for 15 years with an equipment, right? Because a T-share is basically an equipment that generates 40% revenue if you stake it for 15 years, right? This is like what smacked me in the face one day. And that came from realizing what happens when you end a stake. And this is where the ROI factor comes into play.
And this is
where the ROI comes into play. Serena, welcome aboard.
Welcome, guys. I'm going to turn off your sound.
Yeah, the YouTube.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Wales.
Oh no worries. So this is what happens this is why the ROI comes into play. The ROI comes into play with respect to when you stake versus when it ends, right? And this is what Patrick, aka Hexlion from Crypto Sparbuck, actually pointed out to me last week. We had a chat about this, and this is when it became apparent to me. But the thing that I'm just not clear on yet, and this is what I want to touch on in a little bit, is how the big payday, because the big payday stakes, right? The stakes that were put in before big payday, they're going to have a bigger ROI than just what you get from the normal math.
But that's not going to affect the math, because that was an airdrop on top of your shares are all that matters in the ROI math, right?
That's true. That's
true. It has
true.
nothing to do with
T-shares. That's right.
It's just the T-shares, because that is actually extra Hex that is dropped into your bag.
Correct. It is not extra T-share, so it does not affect the T-share. Good call.
I asked this same question to Kyle, and Wales, you're spot on. His answer was, I don't think in our lifetime. So he doesn't think in our lifetime there's going to be a better ROI than those early stakes that come off in 15 years.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's not about, like, I gave a very non-mathematical answer, but it is really the math. It's the power law. And the thing about it is that the power law always start, and this is why you buy Hex now and not later, right? This is why you bought Bitcoin at 0, not at $1, not at 10, not at 1,000, because the earlier you adopt, the greater the ROI.
And that's because of your share price at the time you got it, right?
Well, that's yes. Yeah, that's a function of it, but that function is strictly for Hex, though. I'm speaking in a very generic sense, because the earliest adopters, if you think about it, right, the earliest adopters are typically VC funds. And why is that? Because they get in at microscopic prices. Right?
But that's philosophy. I'm talking about the math of Hex itself, because
but it's related. It's related. Think about it. How much does Hex cost? A Hex costs less than a cent.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're picking up $1,000 worth of Hex, you're picking up more than a round number. You're picking up a round number plus some. So that gives you a little more leverage when you think about it. So when that value goes up, you put down $1,000. What's going on, Sammy? Wow, everybody's joining. This is great. How you doing, Sammy?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
Sammy.
Well.
Nice to meet you.
I don't think the conversion ratio has anything to do with ROI, though, right?
The T-share rate, no. Right. So okay, let me get to that part. And then we can circle back to the explanation that I was about to go to, because it's better to understand how the story ends, so that we can actually dissect it. So how the story ends is that the greater the ROI you experience from the system, the greater the factor that the T-share is going to be divided by on the next round. And this is why when you have a big ROI, you can't generate the same number of T-shares the second time around. That's the only reason why. So if you have... Let's say, go ahead.
So let me back into that real quick.
Sure.
ROI doesn't matter if I staked 1 billion Hex or 1 million Hex.
It's how long.
If I got more ROI on my 1 million Hex, that 1 billion Hex isn't going to move it. If he only staked 1 billion Hex for 6 months, that's not going to change it. But my 1 million Hex at 15 years is going to change it.
That's going to change it, right? Because again, the quantity of shares that we get is a function of two things: the size of the shares that we have in conjunction with the length of time for which we hold those shares.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important.
And the
that's
cost
really
of those
key.
shares when they were purchased, which of course the best price was
at that point in time. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, right? Well, actually, that's a good point to bring up, RG. Was it really day one, or was it a few days in after price dropped? Because T-shares went lower after day one, or are we going to go just by the T-share rate?
Right? I think you're going to go by the T-share rate because it's
then
not.
It has to be day one.
We're not. Yeah.
Because that's all that matters. I mean, T-shares have been going, below the dollar. It's had
we're working at ROI, not on USD. We're working it out in Hex.
Yeah,
that's right. In Hex. Okay. Then that's fair enough.
Because it's always gonna. Saying that T-shares go up in price really isn't correct because the dollar is gonna. It's value to the dollar, and you show this all the time in your.
Yeah, that's like saying
the value to the dollar is always going up and down.
Yeah.
As it's moving up and to the right, it's still dipping below it. I mean, it'll have a different price dollar wise.
But that doesn't matter.
But that doesn't matter because the T-share rate is always
the T-share rate, correct. It's just a matter of the differential in the quantity of hex that you're using to stake versus not one day versus the other. That's really it.
So Kyle went on to say, at some point in the distant future, the inflation payments could be crazy enough to beat it.
Yeah.
So, but that's after we're dead.
Yeah, that's a long time away.
Our lifetime.
Right, so. Because it's going to be like the Bitcoin halvings, right? They decrease over time to a point where they come negligible, and just a regular inflation rate, whatever it is in the system, I don't know Bitcoin like that, but whatever the regular inflation rate is in the system, because it has to be one, right? There has to be some kind of inflation. And that's going to always exist as long as there's an ability for the system to reduce its mining blocks, right? And that's the thing. I think if I remember correctly, it goes out to like 140 years from the start, and that's a long time, right? So then what happens then is that over time, you have all these institutions entering Bitcoin now, but what they haven't done the math. They're just going to the brightest star in the sky for now, not realizing that even stars do come to an end, right? Even a bright star in the sky has an end. Like everything is finite. So, now it's Hex's time. Hex is 0, and Hex has to jump to 10, 20, 30, 40, just like everything else, because it's a network. The T-shares are already at $100 plus, right? And last year it was at $1 or less. So Hex has a lot of catching up to do, and this is what people don't understand. So go sideways as long as you want, and please, if you're listening, sell, because you're killing me. You're killing me.
Just sell and get it the hell out.
I got some USDC just waiting to buy some Hex, and they're killing me.
Poor whale.
Yeah, I'm dying over here.
I know. I was hoping for a dip too. I got some powder ready.
Yeah, I'm looking for a nice one. Yeah, I would like a nice one, please.
I got my orders set and everything, man. It's like, come on, dip.
I want as many T-shirts as possible. Help me, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Dipped pretty nicely on the ETH pair though in the last week, I think.
Yeah.
Nicely.
Yeah.
There was an opportunity there for anyone with a bit of ETH on the side.
I've been buying since last week, man. I've been buying for probably at least 2 weeks straight. I just keep buying the dips.
So look at that. Wales comes on and the girls finally show up. Look at you, ladies.
Hello. How you doing? Hi.
What's going on, ladies? How you ladies doing?
Freaking pirates. Nice.
Hey, I'm going to duck out, guys. Nice to speak to you all, and I'll catch you next time.
Hey, don't forget to catch Day 43 show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Plug it, buddy. Plug your show.
Well, we're going to have our last show tonight because for a little bit of time, just because I've got a kid on the way and I need to do some more housework for my wife. So
congratulations, brother.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. That's number 3, and I think we're done.
Boy or girl?
The girl.
With that
nice, dude. That's cool, man. That's awesome.
Thanks, guys. So I'm doing the last stream tonight, the Saturday night stream, and then me and Unwrecked do a stream on Tuesdays, which is called the Hex Late Show. So, and it's after the Discourse Syndicate. So come and check it out.
Nice.
Hex Late Show.
Catch you
All
next
right,
time.
Dave 43.
Hey, bro.
See ya, bud.
Good
See you
night.
guys.
All
Good seeing
right.
you.
So what's up, girls? What are you guys doing other than trolling and moving on whales here? What's going on?
We're being naughty. We're being naughty in the chat, weren't we, Serena?
Yeah, I'm just drinking my wine, so
Uh-oh.
Atta
Okay.
And I'm
girl.
having a beer with you guys.
I'm
What's
so
going
drunk.
on?
This is the show to do it on right here.
Right,
Friday nights is
basically.
where Hexicans can go ahead and turn it loose and have at it. That's all right.
That's it. So what are you talking about? We were watching, but what are you talking about now?
Well, we were talking about ROI and how that changes, and I'm still not 100% certain. I mean, I understand about as much as I have before, but I don't understand myself how the share rate rises from that ROI being realized, and how and where that math is done, and how we can actually see it. You know, if we can actually look at the charts.
So check it,
and
RG.
view it. Uh-huh.
When you look at the tech specs and it talks about the staking and it talks about end staking, it actually says it right there. It was just crazy because when I read it the first time, it really wasn't apparent to me because I didn't know what I was reading. I was just reading to read. So the second time when I ran through understanding what t-shirts were, I was like, oh, well, I'm a moron. And because what it says is that when you stake longer and bigger, right? What that means is you're going to get more bonuses, right? And those bonuses comes in the form of a max 30%, if I remember correctly. Right?
All the way up to 3,641
days, right? Yeah. So what happens is like the longer you stake, the system is going to take that factor and it's going to take that one and take that factor, whether it's 0.3, 0.2, depending on how long you stake, and it's going to divide it by that factor. So the longer you stake, the bigger the factor by which your T-shares are going to be divided by. And that's how the end state function reduces the quantity of T-shares that which you're able to get. So if you stake 10 T-shares for 15 years, that means that those 10 T-shares are going to be reduced by 1.3, right? So it's going to be 10 divided by 1.3 instead of 10 divided by 1. So then you're automatically reduced to 7 T-shares instead of 10 right off the bat as soon as you end that stake. And that's why you have to buy more Hex to get that same quantity of T-shares. Does that make more sense now?
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
There you go. They keep slicing the pie a little bit further, making you have to buy a little bit more T-shares. And that's how that happens with the T-share rate over time. And there you go.
How you doing, Toby?
I'm good, Balliet. How's it going, man?
Doing pretty good, man.
Look at you, Toby. You got the whole scene going on back there, man.
I moved from the den into the living room, so just slowly getting my my set together for my long-awaited live streams. So I'm hoping. I know many of you know about a music video I've been working on for a few months now. Hoping to roll that out at the end of the month. Got my green screen, got my mic, I got my lights, I got all my stuff ready to go. So I'm hoping to unveil that on my first stream toward the end of this month. I'm just kind of waiting for this whale event to come and go. Figure it'll be a good time to have some fun with the Hex community. Many members are involved. I think like maybe 40 different Hexicans are involved so far. So it should be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's going to be Hex. What is it? Hex 101 with Toby 1. Just going to dumb it down like as if I was teaching myself all over again. And I've been doing a lot of onboarding lately with the Staker app, but I think a lot of us probably pumped the brakes a bit on that because of the wallet rollout being so slow, which was understandable because Steph and Firebun don't want to bankrupt themselves off the rip, paying $50 a wallet for everyone. So it made sense. So I've kind of slowed up on my referrals, but the ones I do have, I went ahead and did bought their wallets approvals through Firebun and chat, and then gave them each a little bit of Hex to play around with and get familiar with. So that can be a daunting process depending on who you're talking to. Some people are more comfortable than others. Definitely a lot easier than the old school way with Coinbase to MetaMask to go.hex.win, just the whole rigmarole that we all learned, from the early days. But Staker app's really slick. I think it's going to be a game changer when they, release it to all those people that are in the queue.
Yeah, it already is. It already is for Hex. I mean, what's up? Remarkable thoughts.
Hey.
What's up, RG?
Hi.
Nice new tiles you have there. Look at that.
Yeah, nice,
cool.
right? I figured out that I just have blue screens on those pillows, so I can do anything there.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Nice.
Look, if I move this, then
That's brilliant.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, cool.
it's pretty cool.
You young guys, man, you guys figure all this stuff out.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Good morning. It's an early one again.
What's going on, Markable? How you doing, brother? Pleasure to stream with you finally, man.
Yeah, exactly. For sure, man. I just by the way, if anyone hasn't seen the stream of Wills of yesterday, it's a really good one. I just sent Wills a message to ask him if we could do a stream together about economics in general, because I know some of economics and
just
how fucked everyone is if no one is doing anything. And
true story.
I know that shit, and I'm trying to tell people in real life, but then no one's really actually understanding my points. And so they always think, well, it's not that bad, or they just move it away like, yeah, it's not for me. I don't have to listen to that. But what I noticed is that those people just don't know. They don't know the systems, and they've never been taught what money actually is. And for example, my twin brother, he's never had economics class. I have, but he hasn't. And so I just sent I sent my brother the video of Wills of yesterday, because it's just economics class. It's amazing, man. It's a good thing to not only talk about the systems within Hex, but really talk about the systems in this world, so that then we can tell people how Hex solves all that stuff.
Yes.
And, it's a really good thing to really talk about the macro and talk about the systems that have been built to have been rigged against everyone. It's a really good thing to talk about that, and also in a way that, for example, my dad, he has done economics all his life, but like we can teach him a lot because he has been taught economics all his life, because now everything has changed so much that now he doesn't know shit. And that's important, man, because we need to break down those walls. And it's also really good for outbound messaging if we talk about economics a little bit more, and really how we are going to replace the things in this world. Before we can tell people that we're going to replace it, we need to let them know what actually is there to replace. And
right.
so
that's the key too.
Yeah, so it would be an interesting stream, man. If anyone hasn't seen the stream of yesterday, it's a good one.
I was disappointed. It was over before it started. I've gotten used to 5-6 hours listening at 2x speed, and it was over like in an hour and a half. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I felt like it was a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I was like,
you didn't even end with snoring.
That's too funny, right? No story in the time at all, right?
I just wanted to tweet out something about the Hex. Hex is the only product that has snoring whales. No one has whales that snore
with monocles.
Monocle
no
whales.
Monocle snoring whales anywhere else in crypto, that's for sure.
That's why Hex is the best product out there. Just snoring whales.
You know, that's funny. You guys were talking about onboarding and stuff before the chat, or before I hopped on. And the interesting thing about Hex is that it really lends itself to so many avenues for onboarding because it literally solves a serious problem that every single person on the planet has, regardless of where they live. And that's something that's very important for people to understand. And this is why I've decided to make my message more focused on the realities of the financial dilemma that we find ourselves in. And use that as a way to kind of guide people towards Hex, because there's just, that's what I'm good at. That's what I know. But I think that there's so many avenues to go down that path that it doesn't really matter what avenue you take. I think if you know what you're talking about, you can relate it to Hex, period. Because there's so many people do it in so many different ways. You guys did it for 1 million years before I showed up. So clearly it's doable, right? And that's the thing. Everybody just has to find their avenue and then just do it. The people will come because everybody has a market. That's something also that people have to understand. There's a market for everybody. You just have to put yourself out there. Because the last thing, like Markable was saying, the person that is trained in economics is the person that's least qualified to discuss it because they don't actually know anything about it.
Yeah. Or have any money.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a fact. How do I know? Because I spent years learning and studying and training to become a PhD economist before I realized it was an entire waste of time. This is why I can speak how I speak, right? You have to have a certain level of knowledge and confidence with that knowledge. Like I can tell my college buddies all the time, they don't know dick because they have master's degrees, they have all this and they have all that, and they've worked on Wall Street. But they don't understand. They only know what they know. They don't actually know shit.
Yeah. See, that's the reason I get up here and I speak with the confidence. Being as ignorant to finance as I really am, I lived.
You're better off for it.
I've lived it. My life has been wrapped around it. I've been a worker bee my whole life, and I've had to survive in Southern California on a single income and raise a family. So I know what economics is because I've had to fucking live it. So that's why I get up here with confidence and speak, to it, because I mean, it's not easy, like somebody like I look at Liberty. And I mean, guys, this guy's he's done really, really well. I mean, he's beat finance. He's figured out how to do it, and I've struggled my whole life trying to do it. And then I look at something like Hex and I go, wait a minute, this is the best financial product thing, avenue out, saving mechanism, future store of value that I've ever seen coming from me, because I've had IRAs and 401ks and all that shit thrown at me while I was out there hustling and working and building little businesses on the side and all that stuff, and I've seen, investments come and go and all this other crap, but I've never seen anything like Hex. I've never seen a way to put your money away and have it work for you like I've seen Hex. I mean, the best thing out there for any guy in my field has always been like a 401k, because they're going to match you. Your company, it's like free money. The company's going to give you free money. It's going to be all tax deferred, and you're going to make a little bit of interest on it. And that was really the best thing out there. And then I see something like Hex and I go, holy shit, wow. If I would have had this 25 years ago, man, I could have dollar cost averaged into this thing and made a whole different life for myself, and that's what I see for like a lot of the young people out there. Is this is a tool that is going to replace all of those saving mechanisms that are out there. It's going to blow them all away. And when I think of it that way, I go, man, this is a product for the masses. This is a financial product for the masses. Nobody knows about it yet. We're just a little sounding board right here. This group of people, we're 10% of the Hex community, the staker class. We're 10% of the value of the coin. And this little community here that speaks about it online is like 1% of that 10%. Because there's 9 of us on stream right now. There's 116 people out there watching this. So I mean, it's a small portion of us actually speaking to this and speaking about it. So, man, the growth that Hex is going to have, that we're going to see, is going to blow everybody's mind. I mean, I have never, ever, ever in all of my working life discovered anything like this, and something as powerful as this to help people with their finances. I've never seen it anywhere.
Hey,
Steve. Oh, go ahead, Sammy.
Thanks, Joel. We're the same as you. You know, two of us work. So my husband works, I work. But you know, many years ago, it wasn't like that. You could only have one parent working and live a very good life.
That's right.
And you know, with our economy the way it is, and you know, our government's going into this $1 trillion debt, printing money all over the world, not just America and Australia. But you know, I thought, just imagine if the government had invested in Bitcoin years ago, like that probably would have covered their debt.
They would have spent it.
Yeah, they definitely would have.
They should have bottled, and then we wouldn't have any problems. They should invest in Hex too, but I don't think they would. They don't have the brain.
I'll leave them out of here.
It limits their control.
I love the way that Wales approaches it with logic, and I used to come at it with logic. Now I just look at my friends with disdain, like, you know, we told you guys about this. You know, I told you about Bitcoin back when it was 3,000. Then it went to 20. It went to 3,000. I told you guys about Bitcoin again at 3,000, and now I'm telling you guys about Hex, and you guys are still looking at me like, and you still can't get them off. And my big thing lately has just been, you know, our discretionary income, our throwaway money. I think everybody on this screen right here, our throwaway money is so much bigger than the throwaway money of most of the world. Oh, right? Yeah. I mean, $1,000 is not going to kill any of us, or maybe $10,000. But you go to places, I don't know, Pakistan or all these other places where people, gosh, you know, they probably make like, you know, $1,000 a year. But if, you know, we could take $1,000 and throw it at this thing, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But we have math that shows that it should work. I just like, that's my face with disdain. I'm just like, come on, you guys. It's like, you know, I've been telling you guys this, and it's been 14 months now. It's still here. It's still here, and it's still churning out interest. You know, tens of thousands every day of interest, and it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
It is dumb. And that's why this is like, look, I'm an old school guy, you know, I'm nearing 40. I'm from the era where we had dial-up internet. You know, I know what a beeper is. I know what a rotary phone is. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school. I like my privacy. You know, I don't care to be bought. Like, I'll meet anybody in person, so privately, not a problem. But to just come out publicly, I don't see any value in that. When I could just, like, I can't wait to meet every Hexican in person. That's a completely different ball game.
That's something we should talk about. We should start discussing this, because I wanna help set this up. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
When we talked, so in the early days, we had a guy that was in the community, that was kind of in and out of the community. He was kind of squirrely with a lot of his different investments and stuff that he got involved in. He's still a Hexican. He's still part of the Hex community. But what he had done was he set up hey, let's go have a party for Big Payday in Miami, and set up a whole thing, and we were all going to do it. And then the pandemic kind of got worse and worse and worse, and it was like, the Miami thing's off, forget about it. So now I think, and I think that eventually we're probably going to have some type of a annual meetup, a Hex convention of some type. We'll probably end up with that. So I'd like to start talking about putting something like that together, because I think Vegas would be the place to do it, and you know, get everybody to Vegas. It's cheap and easy to get there. It's cheap and easy to get places, and it's fun. It's a fun place for, you know, adults and crypto people to go and do their thing. And I'd like to see us start putting that together, man. Is getting a big Hex convention going.
Well, there's some family-friendly options out there too. You know, it's like sometimes Vegas gets a bad rap, but you know, we might lose a few. We might lose a few to the off-the-strip stuff. You know, it could happen. But yeah, I think that'd be a good location.
I think it's the easiest for people to get to, because I mean, no matter where you are in the world, Vegas is a cheap ride, man.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It's not like going to Utah or something like that.
Yeah, or Miami. I mean, Miami is like freaking. That's an expensive place to roll, man.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody likes to go to Miami for some reason. I know it's fun, it's beautiful, and all that kind of stuff, but it is not like practical at all.
That's the illusion of value in marketing, right? That's really all Miami is. Because you don't get what you pay for at all.
No, you don't get what you pay for.
I just checked how much it cost me to go to Las Vegas, like to fly. And it only cost me $350.
I told you, man.
Wow.
Including hotel.
They just want you there, baby. They just want you there.
With hotel, it says. Probably it's a bit more expensive.
Yeah,
That sounds a little too good to be true.
That's what Google said.
You don't want to stay in those hotels.
Yeah, that sounds a little too good to be true. You don't want to find some other deal, bro.
I've been once to Las Vegas. I know I don't want to be in those rooms.
The dead hookers in the mattress.
But the flight time is 11 hours, and it's only $300.
Yeah, no, if
I
you're
know
flying,
that's not even. That doesn't even pay for the gas, man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. Is it's cheap to get to Vegas, man.
Yeah.
And you can even find deals like at the Bellagio and stuff like that. You can find nice deals, and those are some nice. I mean, those are some plush hotels, man. There's some nice hotels out, and you can find deals. You poke around online, you'll find good stuff in Vegas. Like you don't even if they get a hotel that has a convention stuff, you don't have to stay at that hotel. You can go find yourself a badass suite and get a deal on them in Vegas.
Yeah.
There's always a deal in Vegas, baby. I remember back in the day when I was a kid, you used to be able to walk into this place down there on the strip. I forget the name of it. It was a little dicey little place, but you can buy a steak breakfast, steak and eggs, the whole thing for 99 freaking cents. And I'm talking, it was a steak, man, for 99 cents. Remember those, Liberty?
Yeah,
I remember that.
You walk out of there sick. Dessert and everything. You're just like, what did I just do to myself? I'm going to Vegas next week for March Madness.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
The prices were decent.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotten a little more expensive over the years because of how much growth it's had. You know, it's not like the old days with the sands and the dunes were on the strip, and all that stuff. But it's still pretty affordable, and you can find deals.
Thanks.
But I'll give everybody one little secret about Vegas, and if you ever go to Vegas and you want to get the best fucking steak on the planet, you go to the Rio Hotel. And down at the bottom of the Rio in the casino, it's hard to find. There's this little tiny restaurant in the Rio, and it's a steakhouse. And they got the best freaking steaks that you can imagine. I mean, it's just an oddity that it's there, but they have the best steakhouse is at the Rio Hotel in the casino. It's a weird little gem in Vegas.
Good to know.
Taking notes.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the spots you want to hit up.
Yeah, RG knows Vegas, guys. I know Vegas. I roamed in hotels that are no longer in Vegas.
Boom. Proof positive.
They blew them bitches up and put something else on
and
top
you're still
of
here.
He's still here.
And you're still here.
I saw Elvis in Vegas. I actually saw Elvis.
That's cool.
That's
I was a
awesome.
kid. I was a
cool.
kid. I saw the Jackson 5. I saw Elvis. I saw
wow.
Damn.
Flip Wilson.
I
A
saw
lot of you
Jackson
guys don't
5.
even know who Flip Wilson is.
I've heard of him.
Merv Griffin. Anybody ever heard of Merv Griffin?
I've heard of Merv Griffin.
Yeah.
Heard of him, yeah.
He ran at the Caesars. So Caesars Palace, that was Merv Griffin's house. That was where he did his thing. And then Kenny Kerr, which was the first like male burlesque show thing. I mean, that guy was like famous in Vegas for way back in the 80s and 90s, and but anyway, yeah.
But anyway, drop the male burlesque concept.
You guys all know RG doesn't discriminate, right, Bran?
Here, let's bring Bran back in. Put us all back in timeout.
Hey, RG.
Yes.
I don't know about the other Hexicans, but over here in Australia, our borders are closed till at least June or July this year.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't know about you guys. What about you, Markable?
No, we're opening up. Everything's good over here. We're all good. And
everything's going.
America's good, man. We're done.
COVID doesn't exist over here. Yeah.
The facade is over.
Markable thoughts. Are your borders closed? Are your international borders closed?
Yeah.
Yeah. The borders are.
kind of.
The EU
the Southern
and the AU, you guys are screwed until you guys decide to not be. That's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Because in America, we're not letting it continue, and they're realizing that, and they have no choice but to say, "All right, we either act like we know better, or they're gonna let us know better."
Well, the fact that I got arrested 2 weeks ago already says enough.
again.
For what? Tell them
No,
for
it was
what?
just because I was sitting on a field meditating. That was it.
That's normal.
You dangerous man, you.
What
I
the
mean, listen to
hell?
this talk. He sounds so violent.
I was just sitting quiet on a field because I had to make a statement that I wasn't complying with what the rules were. Like we've had a curfew for like 2 months now, and it doesn't do anything. And it's like, what are we doing? It's stupid. Like it started with we need to have these rules because then the intensive care of hospitals don't get overrun, and now those departments are just like they have way too much capacity and it's not being filled, and it's like no, we still need to have it. It's important that we're safe. And I'm like, what are we doing? It's weird, man.
We're gonna go through growing pains here and getting back into things. It's gonna be just like going into it. Coming out of it is just gonna be like going into it. It's gonna be a little painful, but in 6 months or so, we're all gonna be like,
I wonder, man. I wonder. I'm not entirely sure. I'm also I'm already making a plan of leaving this country just because it's too hectic. There's too many people on a square kilometer, and I need to go away, man. I need to have a house with a piece of land where I can grow my own food because I don't trust this shit.
There you go.
It's just weird, man. It's becoming real weird real quick. Netherlands.
Remarkable thoughts. The Netherlands.
Yeah, and we have a really a small piece of land, and we have like 18 million people. So it's we have a lot of people crammed together.
Oh, you're right.
Same here in Australia.
Shit, man. You guys don't know shit.
Yeah, I know it can be worse. Definitely, I'm definitely not in the worst position.
Serena, are
but I can get better.
Closed?
Am I what?
Are the Canadian borders closed? International borders?
I think so. I have no idea.
She's like, I don't give a shit.
I'm just here living.
I think
I like that.
Opened up here like maybe a few days ago, but I don't know. I just stay home, so it doesn't really make a difference for me. So
Serena's faded.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
Nice. Nice. Oh, all right. So, okay. So then we agree. Vegas, it is, right? Vegas.
Yeah,
For
Vegas.
round one, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then we'll do some speaking arrangements. We'll get Wells to get up there and lay it out on a chart and stage for everybody.
By the pool. Outside.
By the pool
outside.
By the pool outside.
Maybe
in
he'll have
his
a
board
picture
shorts,
stuck in his face.
shirtless, with a chart behind him. Ladies, we got something for you, ladies.
And bottle
What
service.
What if
With
you
bottle
see-
service.
What if you see Wills and then he is like tattooed all over with charts? Just charts.
Cool.
Gotta update those tattoos.
Yeah.
You guys are too much, man.
He literally has tattoos his eyes with like the shape of Hex, like
That would be
Next
sick.
teardrops.
yeah.
And hex contact lenses. Those would be cool.
That's it.
Oh,
That's
that would be
it.
dope. Yeah.
And then
Hey,
when he
guys,
raises
I'm
his
gonna-
arm, the
That
tattoo
would be cool.
continues up to the left, up to the right.
I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I'm gonna let someone else jump in if they want to. But good to see RG3. We'll make it happen again soon. And thanks to all the Hexicans, Toby, Tria Hex, Serena, Wills,
All right.
the whole 9
Thank you,
yards.
Brandon.
So I'll be in the chat.
Good to see you,
All
man.
right. We got a new
Have a good one,
guest.
Brand.
We got a new guest. We got a new guest. Hold on one second. And looks like a
From
new
who?
guest. Hey everybody, Sinclair Crypto
Boom.
coming to join us
What's
tonight.
going on,
Yo,
brother?
yo, yo. What's going on? What's the deal, y'all? How y'all doing?
Welcome.
Good.
How you
Good, man.
doing?
Good. What's going
I
on?
like the hair, man.
Doing all right. Doing all right. Thank you, man. It took like about 2 years, but it's still in the process.
I got that's what I want my hair to look like when when I'm retired and I'm sitting on my beach. I want it. Boom. It will be. You
Sure,
watch. You
yeah.
watch. I'll be running dreads, baby. It's gonna be looking good, man. I'm gonna be locked. My head shit's gonna be. I'm gonna be old gray and
Hey,
locked.
right now I'm on my
We
I'm
hear
on my
you.
Yeah.
iPhone right now, so I don't know if you guys can hear me.
We can hear you.
It sounds a little bit choppy, but
That's all right.
We hear you fine.
We hear you fine. The video's stopping a little bit.
okay,
Sometimes
all right,
if you
cool.
just turn the video
Yeah,
off, it'll.
Hey, did anybody catch that dip earlier?
Nah, I missed it. The one from this morning, I missed it.
Not dip.
There's a dip.
Damn it.
There was one like this
88.
morning. It dipped to like 0.8%.
Well, yeah, it's
Not
been
dip.
kind of pumping.
No, that
today.
was 2 days ago. I'm sorry. The one from this morning was like 8.5%.
Don't be lying to me, Will.
Yeah,
It's
sorry, man.
87.
Come on.
Sorry. Was it 87?
That's
Am I
not a dip.
daydreaming?
That's not a dip.
87 today. That's not a dip.
We need
No, that's
Wales
not.
needs a 50.
I mean, under
510.
110.
No, this morning it hit 8.5%.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the chart
8.7.
right now.
Yeah, 8.7.
No. 8.5. I'm looking at the chart right now.
Will's.
Yeah, it was
the
like
chart's online.
9. What I saw.
Oh, it did.
Well,
All right.
I'm looking at the Uniswap one on the app.
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, Coinbase has
All right. Yeah. All right. The
Yeah,
wick.
I see
All
it.
right.
I see
All right,
8.7.
good point. Yeah.
8.7.
I see 8.7.
I see
Same
8.
thing.
I
8.7,
see
8.5.
8.5.
It's the same thing.
Well, I mean, when you're picking up thousands of coins, it makes a difference.
Yeah,
Yep.
it does.
When it's $1, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those are extra T-shares. That's how I look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't need
So-
to
We are in a little bit of an uptrend here, though. This last few days.
Yeah, we are.
We're at
Which
9 at the moment.
I wasn't expecting. Of course, you can almost trade on doing the opposite of what RG3 thinks. That's for damn sure.
Oh, I've been doing that, man. Always.
I would.
From the moment I listened to you, I thought this guy doesn't know shit.
He's
And I knew
entertaining.
you were thinking that.
That's why I love RG3.
Because he doesn't know shit. What?
Yeah, because he doesn't know shit. His TA is fucking awesome. Have you seen it?
I got some TA. I got some good TA. I got to put some more.
Yeah.
I haven't put any out in a while. It's very rare that I'll do it because I just want it to be special. So I'll put some out here maybe in the next week.
I threw up some TA on Twitter earlier, and I think I did it in Telegram too. But if you look at the bars pattern from back, I believe it was November 4th through the all-time high at New Year's. If you take that and move it on over to about March 7th, it's almost to the tick. And then there's a channel in there. If anybody wants to pull it up, I don't have a screen share option. It's on Telegram. It's on my Twitter. But there's a channel we've been running for a long time. And the way that plays out, it hits right at the top of the channel, puts us at about 2.5 cents, I believe, around April 5th.
I saw that.
So
I did see that chart you put up.
Yes, I think if there's a lot of confluence there. So I don't know. TA is a little bit of smoke and mirrors and crystal ball shit. I get it, but at the same time, it's like if a lot of people are using the same tools to kind of estimate where things are going, they kind of can create their own reality, so to speak. So and I think when all the fear and doubt is kind of out of the way with what this 1.5 billion is going to do, I think there's a lot of money sitting on the sidelines. Just kind of waiting and seeing. So there might be a few people front running it right now for that little bit of a bump to see what's going to happen. But I think if that turns out to be a non-issue, I could see a new all-time high very quickly.
Well, if this is considered a front run, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to have to start
a hesitant front run.
Voluntarily removing people. tree of Hex. You have been sitting there silent, scaring me with your freaking Dexter plastic in the background, not saying anything. I'm like, what the fuck is going on back here? You getting ready to freaking off somebody or some shit?
Dexter and shit.
Just a bed sheet.
Oh, it's a bed sheet. I thought it was plastic. I'm like, this fucking guy's got a fucking
bed
kill room set
I didn't
up.
have anything else, so I had to put a bed sheet.
All right.
How are
Hanging
you
up
guys?
his laundry.
Sorry,
We're good, man. How are you?
I've
I've got some folks. Hold on, I'm gonna bring somebody up. We've got JFK 666. I always love his freaking
his little videos. What's going on, JFK?
Oh, man.
Oh, look at that ship! Look at that ship back there. Oh, that is lovely. That is lovely.
so
Man after my heart there. One day, guys. One day that will be.
Well, Captain,
RG3.
that's actually that there is a painted it myself, and it's for sale as an NFT. 1 million hex. You can have
There we go.
Took the screenshot, JFK. It's too late.
I can sell you the screenshot for half the price. Anyone?
Oh, damn this market. Damn this NFT market.
Yeah, right.
And I want to bring somebody else up. We got room for one more, and I know it starts getting crowded at 10. So, but hey, those of you who are trying to get in, keep coming. So I'm gonna start automatically booting, letting the system boot people because some people are trying to come in. So hold on. But we got Beard Aussie coming in from the Theta community. How you doing, bro?
Hey.
I like that name.
So he is the reason why we are actually streaming to Theta. He gifted us a streaming key, and appreciate everything he did for us. How about that? How about that Theta pump there, buddy?
Yeah, exactly.
You're stoked, huh?
Super hype, right?
Yeah.
Is it still pumping, man?
I haven't checked it today, but
You've got to be sitting pretty nice, huh?
I'm gonna. Yeah.
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 That driving that truck freaking paid for itself in the end, didn't it?
Of course.
So if everybody who doesn't know, Beard Aussie actually has a channel on Theta where he's a video gamer. He's a gamer, and he does one of the games that he plays and streams is he drives a truck, like a big rig truck, and I forget what's the name of the game?
American Truck Sim.
American Truck Sim, and he does it out there, and he's got his own channel, and he's the one who gifted us. By the way, he also what did you get? 1.5 or 2? Did you get $1 million or 1.5?
Yeah, $1 million.
You got $1 million. He got Ski Cat gifted him 1 million hex on our stream, and basically turned him into a true Hexican right from that minute on. You know.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So how you doing, bro?
Good. I'm doing good. Just been dealing with some stuff, life stuff, but it's going good now. So,
right on. All right, like I said, hey, anybody who wanted to come back in or who's trying to come in, go ahead. Anybody want to roll?
I'm out.
Liberty. All right, bud. Good talking to you.
Good times. See you guys.
Good to see you, Liberty.
I'll catch you.
See you, bro.
Sorry if I've been really silent. I'm just kind of nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Take another
here,
bong
bro?
rip.
I don't know. Yeah, I need another bong here, right here.
Guy joins the stream with his face on with a freaking weed leaf on his shirt. Talking about he's nervous.
I'm real. I can tell you, I'm real nervous.
All right.
No, man, you don't have to be nervous around here. You're amongst friends and idiots, so don't worry about it.
Good to know.
That's the truth.
Oh, man, that was funny.
All right. Hey, you know what Bran said? I want to say something here, and we have. Oops. Yep, that was funny. Huh? Man, Bran said it first, so I wanted to put Bran. So it said Ski Cat is an amazing person. So I want to. We haven't talked about Ski Cat. He's been gone for a while from the streaming community, but he. During the launch phase of Hex, he was very, very active, and he was supporting everyone. I mean, he was supporting all the streams, He was bringing, donations into the chat rooms. He was gifting people hex. I mean, millions of hex. I think Crypty Girl got 3 million hex. I mean, that's like life-changing wealth for that young lady right there. And, one little stream that she did. So my hat is off to Ski Cat for all that he did. He made it possible for us to up the production and really get serious about turning Discourse Syndicate into a real hex production versus just a couple guys streaming out. I mean, we're still just a couple guys streaming out of our bedrooms, but we're doing it with some better equipment. We've got better vision. We've got a lot of things in the works. We're going to bring merchandise to everybody so that they can, be sporting it and help the channel continue to grow. Because and I am tooting my own horn here. We brought this stream together so that we can put good people, because I recognized early that there were some real good people coming to Hex because of what Hex was. It was attracting some very smart, some very wise, some very financially sound people to the people that were like getting Hex. They were woke. They were already woke, and they were looking for Hex, and they found it, and that's why they were getting involved. So I wanted to make a platform for all those people to be out there and voice. And my vision was to have streams like flowing off of this. I didn't want to be the streamer or the guy. I wanted a platform where everybody can be showcased and do like what Brand's done and, what all of you guys are doing out there, doing your own thing. I wanted a place for you guys to feel comfortable so you can jump off and grow the community that way. And that's what it's done. So I'm proud that we've done that. And Ski Cat really, really helped to make that possible, financially, because he was pumping donations into the Hex community all during the beginning. And man, it was really good to have him. And I appreciated all that he did for the Hex community. I want to just do a shout out to him. So thanks, Ski Cat, for everything that you did, bro.
Yeah,
you're awesome.
Cheers to Ski Cat.
I'm proud to say that Ski Cat follows me on Twitter.
Nice.
I know, right? It's like, how'd that happen? So, but super nice guy. I didn't get any Hex, but it's like I was happy with the follow. So
maybe you can sell that as an NFT.
Yeah, right. No doubt.
So that follow.
Cat follows you. Print that off. Hey, Wales, you could probably speak to this. And plus, it's like I'm really glad to be on stream with you. I don't think we've been on the same stream before. I love the deep dives as much as the next guy, but one of the things I feel like I've kind of almost relearned in onboarding all these people lately, especially, is kind of going over like the basic questions that we all figured out a long time ago, and just they don't get said again because we all know it. But the question that keeps coming up, and this dozen or so people I've onboarded in the last week or so, has been, well, what's the downside? And the easy go-to for that we all already know is the APY. So just to have that basic understanding that you're earning interest on your Hex. So the easy answer is, hey, you start off with 100,000 Hex. Ideally, that 40 APY stays where it's at. In a year now, you got 140,000 Hex. And then invariably, the next question is, well, what if Hex goes to shit? Well, Hex would have to dump 30% a year for you to break even. So how likely is that with the pumpamentals and the tokenomics that are in place? Slim to none. So I mean, I think so many people miss that. And I even saw some trollish type of guy on Richard's latest YouTube video that he did that was, talking about the chart and how shitty it looked over the last couple of months. And it's like, you got to calculate in that APY. If you are staked, that chart is nearly irrelevant, and it's all consolidation. And it's only a matter of time before that coil, just gets tighter and tighter, and it's going to take off. And then not only do you have that appreciation in the base price of the unit, but then you've got all that interest that you've been accumulating that entire time. And so many people just gloss right by that. And it's like, we all get it, but it's like, I've noticed new people that I've onboarded that'll watch streams like this, and they still don't know that answer,
That's going to become evidently clear in a bear market. That is going to become very, very, very clear. I mean, could you imagine what we had 3-year bear market? Could you imagine about year 1.5. Everybody's sitting there watching
man.
us stream and going, fucking, we're all still ecstatic.
The only happy crypto community in the system.
It's like, what the fuck are these guys all bright and peppy about, man? How come they got rainbows shooting out their asses, man? What the hell's going on over there? This is a bear market. They're supposed to be asleep. These sons of bitches are fucking streaming every day. Screaming about what? They making more hex?
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
We've seen that before at Big Payday, where we were all cheering, the 24-hour stream. Price went down and we're all happy. We're buying more hex. And they couldn't understand it. They just don't have the mentality to put their head around it.
Well, no, it doesn't exist in crypto yet. Is why this is a complete mind flip. Fuck.
Can I harp on that for a little bit?
Yeah.
Please.
Look, because I've been in. Like, look,
here we go.
This is just not comprehensible. All right,
it's not.
Because I've been in finance for 10 years, guys. This has never ever in the history of markets happened. There has never existed a market where people are happy that the price goes down. Period.
Or happy to put their shit away for 15 years.
Period.
Happy, like willing, running for a 5,000. How many people run to go put money in the bank that long?
Zero.
You don't do it. But these people are doing it ecstatically.
They're jumping in head first.
My first 555, I was so happy to push that damn button, man. I was like, man, this is cool. And what did I just do? Oh shit, I've never even had that thought in my mind before to save something for 15 damn years. You know what I mean? Holy smokes. I mean, and it's a natural occurrence. It's a natural behavior in the hex community because we know hex and we know what that means to our future development. I mean, 15-year stakes are going to be sick. And you young folks that have like 3 rounds of 15-year stakes in you.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
I'm not even religious, but God bless you all.
Exactly. Bless you guys, man.
I got 4 or 5 in, man.
You're a 20-something-year-old like my son. My son is, he bought he gave me a handful of money again today. He said, Dad, can you get me some more crypto? I'm going to get some more hex. I'm like,
nice.
Right on, buddy. And I mean, he's got 3 more 15-year stakes in him, I mean, it's just,
you're 38, right?
36.
All right. In 15 years, I'm 38.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Do another one.
I wish I was 23.
I
wish.
Man, I don't even have a disc left in my back that's 38 years old.
It's kind of funny because it's sort of like life insurance. When you get in at a young age, you paying at a low price, so it's kind of like you get in there early and you're reaping the benefits when you get older,
I was 24 when Bitcoin came out. I knew Bitcoin was world changing. I was too stupid to understand that government had to rely on internet. The only reason I didn't buy it is because I thought they were going to shut it down. Can you imagine that? I'm never going to let that shit go. I'm never going to let that go.
Wales, there's something you've got to think about here too. That yes, at the time you might have given yourself access to something that millionexed multiple times, but you would have been so tempted at 30 or 1,000.
Oh yeah, I didn't have the maturity for sure. I did not have the maturity. No way.
Just like Hexicans are going to be excited to sell at $1. They're going to be excited to sell at $1 at 10 cents.
I'm going to be pissed if I have to sell at $1 because I don't expect that at all. I swear to you.
Sold it at $100.
Same Wales.
$100.
Hey Wales, but you might have bought it and it might have got swallowed up by Mount Gox anyway because there wasn't.
Well, let's hope we don't go across into those waters.
We were talking about this crypto crash that could be coming, or this bear market that can be coming, and I think that those two are going to offset each other. The institutional money that's come in and that Mount Gox thing that's about to freaking hit the market. I mean, those two things could offset and still run this thing into a bear market, because I was thinking that maybe the institutional money would prop it up a little bit and keep it running, but man, that Gox thing hits, that's going to be devastation. That's devastation right there, and that's on the horizon. It is on the horizon. You think those guys don't want to spend that shit? Oh, man, when that shit comes clear, man, watch out. Watch out.
Well, yeah, but I mean, to that point, I mean, if Elon Musk is buying at 50 grand, I mean, you don't think there's other guys laying back doing that same analysis, waiting to just snap that up? That's going to be the biggest, craziest wick I think we've ever seen.
I mean, you got to believe he's actually buying at 50, though, right? I don't believe he's actually buying.
Yeah, I don't think so. No,
he's not, but Tesla is. He doesn't give a fuck because he's bagged back.
He doesn't care. Tesla didn't.
Right?
Yeah, maybe Tesla is. You might be right about that one, Sammy.
He didn't make that fucking purchase on Coinbase. That's for damn sure.
For sure.
He didn't have to pay. He didn't have to pay $60 to get that shit through Coinbase in 8 fucking 2 weeks. He didn't have to call his uncle and say, "Hey man, I think my ETH's ready to go. I can send it over to MetaMask now."
Hey guys, speaking of the price dumping, did anybody catch that dip earlier? Because I feel like I'm the only one that's seen it. I went to
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I went to Nomics to check what the price was for Hex, and usually Hex right now is like 18, 20, and I didn't see it. So I'm like, I didn't see Hex listed. So I'm like, oh, is Nomics like next to Shadow Band Hex? So I keep scrolling down and I see Hex at number 4, and it was 4.9 cents of a penny. And I'm like, yo, I gotta buy this quick. And I'm like, yo, I'm the only one that's seeing it. So I made a video, put it on Twitter, and I'm like, yo, I gotta end this video because I gotta buy some Ethereum. So I bought some Ethereum on crypto.com, sent it to my MetaMask wallet. By the time the Ethereum hit on MetaMask wallet, it was already back to 9.3 cents of a penny. So yeah, I missed out. It's crazy, but
I didn't even see that.
Wait,
yeah,
you saw that?
That was on one exchange. That was a wick down on one exchange. That's
Yeah,
right.
it had to be a specific exchange.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, now that's the thing.
What
too,
exchange were you looking at?
I was looking at nomics.com, the price chart on nomics.com.
And you said it wicked down to 004?
It was 004.
No.
I'm positive because it was number 40. It was listed number 40. I kid you not.
What?
Unless there was some type of error, I see.
No, that's an error because it hasn't dipped below 8.5 today at all. You know what? 8.7, 8. Yeah, 8.7 was below.
So I was looking at the price chart too, the 24-hour price chart, and I don't see it on there. But I know what I seen. It was number 40 because I was looking at the price chart, and it wasn't listed 20, 30. It was number 40.
It might have been a glitch.
Might have. All right. But now that's the thing too that I want to talk about because
give me some half price Hex, man. I'll be all over that.
Because now I remember Richard Hart saying that that we could set limit orders on 1inch exchange just in case something like that happens again. You know, because if it does happen, like for real this time, like say for example, if the well that's coming out in 2 days, 3 days or whatever, if they do sell, I don't think they are, but if they do, like we could set the limit orders, whoever wants to buy, not financial advice, but we set the limit orders for whatever price, we think it might dip down to. I don't know. I think that might be a good strategy just in case, Yep.
I've got my limit orders in. Because I was hoping this weekend that there was going to be some people get scared and bail. And that's what I was hoping for,
That's what I thought happened today. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking somebody try to front run, the guy.
That's running up right now. It's still running up, man.
Yeah.
And damn DS pump, man. You know what's funny is I always say the DS pump. I say it in the beginning of the stream usually because by the end of the stream we got a DS dump, and I don't really talk about that too much. But usually that's the way it goes. We start the stream and it pumps and then it dumps right at the end of the stream. So I don't know if we've been doing it any justice or any good, but
it's just so fun that it doesn't take a lot. Like I tweeted something out 2 days ago, or a few days ago, where I said that we only need 4 million to get it to 10x, and then if you would just have like $30, if you have $300 that you get of interest every month, that would be 3,000. And some guy replied to me and said, yeah, well, if they would have done that, if they would have put 4 million, why haven't they done yet where everything else is pumping? And I'm like, dude, how much better is it if everything is dumping like 50%, and then just one guy for fun just puts in 4 mil buy, goes to 10K.
Well, everything just a sea of
Yeah.
just a sea of bloody streets, and just one green candle.
You know what that
through
does? You know what that does on the nomics ranking? Like you immediately go to top 5.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to shout out to the YouTube community right now. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the like button, because you guys have got us up to 130 tonight, and that is awesome. We haven't seen those kind of numbers in a while. Hope it's just dropping now. Sorry, guys. But yeah, man,
hit the like button
and leave a comment in the comment section, not necessarily just in the chat, but go into the comment section and leave something. I don't even take out your bad comments. Every once in a while someone will pull something out of there, but I like leaving even the bad comments. So go ahead and talk stupid shit and all that. It's good.
I don't think you can put comments now.
What do you mean? Oh, not until stream's over, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So come back and comment.
Come back and comment. I will.
Only is asking you to let him back in.
Yeah, I actually had a question for Wales.
Oh wait, no, he's here. It's good.
There he
it's
is.
all
Hey,
good.
Wales.
I kicked myself on my mistake. Sorry, guys.
It happens. Hey, man, I got a question for you. Well, I got you still. I'm assuming if anybody's done it, you've done it. Have you looked deeper at that 1.5 billion stake that's going to be coming out to see what that ROI is going to be and what the impact should be to share rate?
Actually, I have. I was actually talking about this earlier. It might have been in the day. Yeah, I was talking about this earlier in the day with somebody. And it turns out that the ROI is less than the move we've had so far in the share rate since the stake started. So it shouldn't have an impact at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to have an impact.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking myself, but it's like I just want some confirmation.
Right. So the only question becomes is, are they going to be willing to buy more hex and maintain the same share rate or not? And that's a question that we don't really know the answer to.
Right.
So that's the only real variable that
The conversations, I'm not going to have that conversation here, but the conversations that we have off stream in the green room and the conversations I've had on the phone with a lot of the guys, a lot of the cutthroats, has been about who that might belong to. And that's the interesting thing. I'm going to be interested to see what it does so that I can get a better feel for maybe who that is or what that is. Probably won't know who it is, but we might have a little bit better idea of what type of an investor that is, because that person has, or that entity or whoever it is, has a lot of stakes out there, has some big stakes out there, and that's not their only stake. Which is, I mean, could you imagine $1.5 billion hex? Holy moly, that's a freaking stack right there, baby. That is a stack.
And how many people besides me were freaked out that Silver was not a little Indian dude?
Yo, you know what's funny? I wasn't surprised. I must have been the only person that wasn't surprised.
I kind of knew as well. When people said Indian dude, I was like, wait, what? Yeah. But afterwards, I thought, yeah, kind of makes sense.
He does have Indians. He has the accent.
It's the affect.
He has an accent on top of his accent. But so I was like, so same with Wales. I'm like, I gotta meet these guys, because our whole thing has been, hey, look, if you're gonna put yourself out here, put yourself out there on screen. And then so I talked to Silver about it. And he did the same thing. Well, he came up on stream with me, and we had a face-to-face. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, holy shit, look at this freaking guy. Well, you know, for most of you guys, if you're out there trying to troll the ladies, it's good he's not showing his face, because I mean, fucking Silver's a good-looking dude, man. And I'm like, okay, good he's not showing himself. And then same thing, Wales comes on. I'm like, goddamn, good thing these guys are hiding themselves from you guys, because you know,
I was with that voice. I was you know, because it's already so handsome and he's so smart. I was hoping he looked like Beetlejuice from Howard Stern.
No, these guys are smart and lookers. But I understand both their points, and now for Silver to come out and show his face and tell everybody, you know, I know what he's trying to do. That was good and brave of him. I don't necessarily know how important you know, all of this chain analysis is going to be here in the future. I think that this one here was probably, one of the biggest, maybe curiosities of the community as far as what was going to happen with it. Because, here we are in this big sideways action, big payday kind of like fell a little flat after big payday. Everybody's sitting on their bags and their stacks. And, then we see this stake there and we see it all front ran by all these other people. And we see them all getting wicked out and we see, so wow. So it created all of this excitement. But after that, it's like a fucking desert, guys. There's like, like the rest of 2021 is a staking desert, man. There ain't fuck all coming out, it's really, really, a wasteland of stakes. And then, then they start coming out and then you see like year 5 and year 3, year 5, year 10, you start seeing more stakes coming out. So that's when I think those are the times that that we might see ROI jump in, was when we get a lot of stakes coming out that are getting ROI. I mean, after that 3 years of interest accruement, I mean, there's going to be some ROI changes, I think, at that point. I mean, probably not so much right now, but in the future there's going to be.
But dude, think of
if they don't restake right away, that APY is going to jump like crazy.
The APY is going to jump from them. What, this billion coming out?
Yeah.
Oh no, from our stakes. From our t-shirts,
right? For those who are staked.
Oh, you mean the pool? The pool is gonna, the pool is gonna undilute. Yeah.
They lose the rights to their shares, or the claim to their shares, so they exit the pool. We get bigger, sizable portions of the pie.
Yep.
It's gonna be a couple juicy days if they hang it loose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do.
That's what I'm thinking. Let everybody wonder. That's what I would do.
And then it might just all disappear off into the ether somewhere.
I would love that.
A wallet somewhere.
I would love that. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think that. So if you go in and do any chain analysis on it, there's some strange, what do you call it? Little like innuendos, like the 420.69. But I heard that somebody actually put that in there, just like Mark Cuban. Somebody put hex in Mark Cuban's wallet, so when they showed it, there was hex in there. Did you see that? Did anybody see that?
No.
I saw that.
So somebody put hex in Mark Cuban's wallet, and when they screenshotted his wallet, you can see the hex in there. So yeah,
that's awesome.
But he didn't buy it. It was like a handful of hex. It wasn't like it was.
I put 5,000. I put 5,000 hex in Soldier Boy wallet because he was like, "Show me your altcoins." He dropped his, So yeah, he got a little bit of hex. I don't know if Maddie donated too, but I think he did. But it's funny though because Soldier Boy was talking about give me your hex or something, but I don't know if he was talking about hex, our crypto. But he was talking about something about hex in one of his tweets. It was like about a couple weeks ago.
I saw that.
He was talking about hex.
That's what it was, right?
Wouldn't it be good if that 1.5 billion stake just didn't do anything and bled out? Imagine what that happened.
Oh yeah.
Just imagine what that would do.
I think what's most likely, I mean, if it would be to their benefit to sell it off chain. I mean, if there's somebody else big, I mean, then because then they're not affecting the market hardly at all.
We are on StreamYard, Donald, just to let you know. Soldier Boy. Yeah, I saw him. I saw him throw that out there about the hex.
I understand why people do that, but like the projected worth that I see in you goes down whenever you tweet something like that. Like, dude, you have money. Just buy it.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking beggar. Like,
that's why I got a little pissed off of that.
It kind of lowers my respect for you, man.
Like Paul,
RG can speak to that. It's like there's so many celebrities out there. It's like how much shit do they get for free, RG?
Oh, dude, it's like the richer you get, the more shit you get for free. Like I worked for this cat that he was a very wealthy man. He was into Porsches and he was friends with Jerry Seinfeld, and he came over to the yard all the time and they talked Porsches, and he had this Porsche museum. But like stuff just showed up, like $10,000 bicycles, like truck engines for like his friend sent him an engine for his race truck. And it's like, my friends don't give me shit like that, man. They give me a hard time or borrow money from me. They don't ever like drop free shit in my yard, you know, and you know, and rich people do that to each other. They give people
free
like,
expensive shit. Get it right.
Free expensive shit. Man. Like, yeah, like stuff you'll never have, you know?
Right.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
well, the gift bags at like these award shows and stuff. I mean, they're sick. It's like I dated a girl years ago that was involved in that scene, and I mean, just the little goodies in those little gift bags at the award shows. I mean, are tens of thousands of dollars. Little Louis Vuitton purses, and I mean, it's just not Tiffany bracelets. It's like, what? It's like these people don't need this shit. It's like they're loaded.
Fucking rich people get more shit, man.
That's why it's so important to focus on who you know and not what you know. So much more important.
I promise, guys, you come visit my pirate ship, you're going to have a nice little goodie bag one day.
$2.
Oh man!
Well, platinum hex necklace for you.
Oh, I'm done.
Look, man, I can't wait until the financial world discovers this.
Yeah, you know something else, Wales, that I wanted to talk to you about.
It's gonna be a stampede.
Because of the OA having the supply that it has, and we may have talked about this, I don't know, but the OA having the supply it has, the amount of hex that is staked and the amount of hex that is liquid today, and then the drought that's about to come. So I think right now, between the last month or so, I've been watching, we had about 5 billion hex come out up to this 1.5 billion hex, and then before that it come out to about 5 billion over the last couple months, which is a significant amount of hex going back out into the market, right? And a lot of it's getting bought up, and I don't know who's buying up or where it's going. I don't see the staking percentage going up, so I don't know if there's anything happening there with the what's coming out versus what's going in, so it's kind of par right now. And so eventually what we're going to see is that the liquid hex is going to dry up. And because of the OA and because of the staking percentage, the interest rate isn't going to change. I mean, we're still going to get this high APY. And I think that at some point there's going to be a point where the APY almost can't go down anymore because there's no liquid hex available and there's not a lot of it staked percentage wise.
Right.
So there's just going to be this drought where literally people are going to be standing in line for people to unstake so they can get some hex.
Right. Assuming they sell what they unstake.
Assuming they sell. And that's what's going to create this drought, because people are going to get it and go, I ain't fucking getting rid of this shit. I'm going to get me some more T-shares and throw it out there, and then, continue and then that continues, because there's the people that are staked. Those are smart people that are staked out beyond that 1.5 billion. They got it. The people that are staked beyond that got it. If you're staked 3, 4, 5 years out, you got it. So you realize how precious those T-shares are. So that's going to just turn into this kind of like, I ain't giving my shares up. I don't care how much money I'm making, maybe take a little bit of interest off, and then the rest of it's going back out there as far as you can to get as many T-shares as you can. So, I mean, I think that alone is the thing that is going to drive the price so freaking high. I mean,
I'm sorry, go ahead. Well, I was going to say, Wales spoke to this earlier. It's like, people just haven't seen anything like this. They can't wrap their heads around this notion that there's this item that you can buy and that you can make 40% a year if it does nothing. If it stays flat, you are 40% returns a year. It's just unbelievable. And until you dig into it and you see the genius behind the simplicity of the program or the product, then it doesn't make sense. So I think so many of those people have that trader mentality. And just some other comments in that Richard Hart video from yesterday or day before, the short video with Jane King. There was a guy that literally asked, where do I stake my hex? So obviously he had it and had it for a while, but didn't even know about staking. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, pardon my language, but it's like, seriously, it's like how we're beating over the head with it. It's everywhere. Yeah. It's like, I just don't get it. It's like, what are you doing, man? It's like staking is where it's at. It's like, at the same time, I don't want to say it because I'm like, the more people that stake, the lower my rate goes down because I'm 100% stake. But it's like, it just seems to me like a no-brainer. And then Silver, he had a really good one last night that I watched, and he was going through, he had some that were highlighted in green, and it was a guy, I think, that had maybe 200 million hex, and he was doing these short stakes, like 60-day stakes. And he was making like, I forget what it was, like $2 or $6 million hex a month, that he was making off of just these little short stakes. He was just rolling it, and it's like, is it optimal? I don't think so. I think longer makes more sense. But, with the amount that he had, it's like, the guy's making what, 80 grand a month or something, it's something insane just from rolling them over in nice. 60-day stakes. Yeah.
And if Hex goes 10x, then he earns like 800K.
Oh yeah, it's obscene. Yeah, it's unbelievable, but it's real, obviously, So it's like eventually the cat will be out of the bag, and then we will all go into hiding.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Right. Poof.
Precisely. Never seen you before in my life. So.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is that the supply of hex is actually up. I think I feel like it's up like net 1 billion since the new year started, like just net overall from there to now, which is cool because
does that put us at like 700 and something.
569.77 billion hex total supply. That's what the number is. I'm on the go.hex.com site right now.
That's low.
Right.
That's low.
But we were at 568.77 billion or something around there towards the end of the year last year. So people have unstaked. The staking percentage is lower than it was at one point at 9.66. I think. Give me a second to pull it up. Yeah, it's where is it? No, it's not there. Interestingly enough, give me a second, guys. Just gotta pull it up. GraphX real quick. Yeah, the staking is 9.663%, right? So only 9.663% of the pool is staked, but we still have duration at 5.10 years.
What does that end up when 1.5 billion comes out?
You know what? Let me look at something because I think I have a spreadsheet saved for it.
Yeah. I don't know how much that's going to change it percentage wise, but we could see the amount staked, right? Let's see.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm a moron. Total value lock is 500. I can just do the math real quick. I don't need to look at the spreadsheet. Hold on.
Timestamp that. 231.55. Will says I'm a moron.
500 staked. 500.
So you got
27,000.
About 3%.
No.
I think it's not as much as we might think. That's what I think. I'm just gonna do a ballpark here.
Staked. How come I can't see this on Staker? What am I not seeing? Let's see. Stake duration. That doesn't make sense. It says 565 million. Oh wait, that's cool.
There's 60 billion staked. It's 60 billion hex staked.
Yeah, 62 billion hex stake. That's what I got. That's what I calculated in terms of dollar amount at 9 cents minus 1 billion, right? 1.5 billion.
Right.
Let me make sure that number is right. Yeah, it's not right. Give me a second, guys. What number is that? 150 million.
Oh, that's dollars. That's why. So 565 million.
You got to convert it into hex. It's 2.3. It's 2.4%.
Yeah, about 3%.
So it's gonna reduce to 7%. That payout is gonna fucking jump. I need to get the ASAP, boy.
That's what I was saying.
Oh my god!
Just
damn, I'm glad we did that math. That FOMO just increased something serious.
just stay away just for a little while. Big whale. Just stay away for a little bit. Just go put that stuff away.
Oh
and just
my
hang
God!
out for a little bit.
Thank you for asking that question.
Well, that's what I wanted to. I mean, that's going to be a big deal. You know, it's gonna sink.
Guess I'm not gonna be sleeping tonight.
I'll change the topic a little. I'll change the topic a little bit. Who all's involved? I mean, you don't have to say, but I mean, what are your thoughts on the quick swap liquidity pool mining?
It's a big cluster.
Hey Nate, how you doing?
What's up, Nate?
Hey Nate.
Nate, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, Nate?
I don't think he's going to respond.
Hi.
He's frozen.
Nate's frozen.
He's
frozen. Icy cold. Nate's always icy cold, so
that's a cool pose there, Nate. But he's frozen. We'll leave him there. He'll probably he
just wanted to make a statement, and that's it.
and he did.
What were we talking about?
Quick swap liquidity pool mining. It's like I've crushed it on that.
Yeah, I've been doing pretty good
when you get in.
Well, the problem with the quick though is the quick went down like 50% here in the last week.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a punch in the nuts, but prior to that, I was crushing it, and then I pulled back because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with my liquid, depending on what's going on with this 1.5 billion. And then the dump happened, so the dump didn't hit me as hard as it would have, and then I slipped back in, and it's been pretty slick. What I'm curious about is if more people got on board with that, if that quick reward would go up next week.
Well, no, it's not going to go up. It's all
based on the liquidity. So some big players would have to come in. I mean, it'd have to be probably another 500,000 would have to come in.
Well,
the quick Hex pool to bump it.
They issue a certain amount because that's how they're running their inflation. So they have a certain amount that they're inflating, and they divide it up accordingly amongst all of the liquidity providers and the pools. So that's how it's math. And then there's also a little bit of, I talked to Nerd Girl on the side about it because she went in and kind of got some answers, because a lot of people were upset that they reduced the mining rewards for Hexicans and for Hex liquidity providers. And so they gave the answer and said, look, it's math. This is how we're doing it. This is the inflation, how we're rolling quick out. And, it's based on, mathematics. And also like everybody was upset that another token had no liquidity in there, but they had a monster reward. But what had happened is there was a promise or there was a
huge
deal of liquidity coming in, and it came in and it came in slowly. They didn't just like dump it all in at once. They brought it in over about a week period of time. So, it was just a deal, and that's how it came out. And I know a lot of the Hexicans got pissed off about it and made a spectacle of themselves in the chat room over there. But I mean, it wasn't anything nefarious. But on the other hand, they have all the right to pick and choose who they want to represent their platform too. So,
is that Rocco guy coming onto your stream?
We've invited him. I think he's busy as fuck right now, so he's probably not gonna jump on our stream anytime soon. He has sent out his appreciation and said, "You guys are awesome, thank you." And
cool.
They're supporting Hex and they're glad that we're there and all that kind of stuff. So good community. Everything's been working. I mean, I gotta admit, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, but I'm not gonna FUD them, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Their UI is a little glitchy every now and then with some things.
I've noticed that
and that's to be expected with all the growth that they're having. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because of that. I haven't lost any funds or had anything hang up or had to go and talk to support about anything. And I've moved around a lot. I've been, it's awesome. They give you free Matic, and you get enough Matic to make as many trades you want.
It's crazy. Yeah,
it's crazy. It's like crack.
Well, to me, it's almost like a mini airdrop. Because I'm just taking all of that I'm making off of that and just dumping it into more Hex. So it's been great.
Yeah, so if you want to go over there and play around, and it seems to be all on the up and up, and everything's been working good. Like I said, there's a little bit of UI glitches here and there that can make your heart sink a little bit every now and then, but other than that, it's working good. I don't know if it's going to be the solution of solutions, but he's got a long way to go still, and everybody at least things are showing that they work. I mean, that's the way it should work. I mean, it should cost you nothing, and it should happen like that because their trades happen like that.
Oh, it's nuts. It's like before you can go to Explorer to see if it's succeeded, it's already popping the notifications done.
It's done. You're oh shit.
It's unreal. Yeah.
And then you lost no fee. You paid no fees.
Nothing. It's I would hope someday, right?
Yeah, someday. And if it's at least a little glimpse of what could be and what may be, then it's like, it's nice. It's refreshing to see that that's how crypto should work.
12 years later.
if I would
right,
gotten,
man.
Right, no doubt.
That's
another 12 years.
What?
Just another 12 years, it'll be sorted.
Yeah, right. Another 12 years amongst friends.
If I would have gotten $1 every time I hear soon or someday in crypto, I would have had an ROI of like 6 million or something.
For sure. Man.
Someday soon we will. Someday soon you will see.
When moon.
When moon, indeed.
Well, if there was $1 for every time there was a promise, Cardano would be number one.
Yeah.
Yo, I didn't want to say nothing, but you took the words right out of my mouth, brother.
And hey, I mean, not to talk shit, but might as well.
Talk shit,
but I
man.
mean, what? I mean, that Charles or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. It's like, dude, he just made himself look like such a simp. Like when he made that comment about Richard, it was like, man, you pissed down your leg on Twitter. Like you literally just basically said that Richard would crush you. Like just the way that you replied to that, like you literally just bent over.
Yeah.
My grandmother would crush.
I don't want to fight you because I would kick your ass, and I don't want to because I don't want to hurt you. I'll go to jail.
Vitalik would crush him.
What a beast.
Oh, right? No doubt. Yeah.
I just now that you're saying that, I just tweeted to Charles when you're going to talk to Richard. I put the link in the chat if everyone wants to retweet that would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll retweet that.
Why would I do that? Why would I lower myself to that?
Yeah. You'll find Charles under his bed hiding and quivering.
It's funny. I used to respect
what's sad is it would be a great conversation. I mean, like if he could get his ego in check enough, it's like it could be a really good conversation.
Yeah, but that's the problem is that they can't. And look, I mean, I'll be the first to admit Richard has a little bit of a PR problem, and he needs to work on it a little bit. And hopefully as time goes on, it will, because I've said it and I'll say it again. And I've said it before. I've said it again and again and again and again. No matter how difficult it's going to be to get him mainstream and get him in front of people, because I'm running into challenges myself. He is still the best spokesperson for the product. He is still the best.
100%.
Hands down.
Hands down, Richard is the best, and he
gives respect where he gets it. If he's talking to people that are being respectful of his knowledge and what he brings to the table, then he shifts gears.
No, not necessarily. Richard is harsh to even people that he respects. So I just want to throw that out there.
This is true.
I'll tell you guys.
He's got a sensitive bullshit meter. You know what I mean? Like if he sees something that's wrong, he can't let it go.
I'll tell you guys a little story.
He's like a bulldog with a fucking he won't
I'll tell you guys a little Richard story right now. So I'm in contact with Richard. Me and him are chatting, and we were in between different platforms. It was a situation where we were trying to talk to another person, and we were communicating, and I fucked up my OPSEC, and I put him on the wrong platform with me, and said, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of you, bro. Look here. And I said, check out your Telegram DM. And he's like, who is this? Because I sent him from a different platform and a different handle and everything. And I said, it's RG3, man. What are you talking about? And then I realized that I had sent him, I had sent him a personal, platform that, I don't show to people with, all my private information on it and everything.
And I doxed myself to Richard about 2 months ago. Just totally same shit. I just completely doxed myself.
So I was like, oh shit, man. And I said, my OPSEC is horrible. He goes, horrible? And he sends me my longitude and latitude of where I was right there. I'm like, holy shit, how did you get that?
Hey,
and he's
man.
like, lol.
Look,
I'm like,
I try to tell people the internet is no joke. Nobody wants to believe me. They really believe there's such a thing as cybersecurity, and I have one thing to tell them. Ha!
Ha.
I'm horrible.
I was expecting a second one.
I almost think it's futile. I almost think it's futile because I'm probably a little. I'm definitely not as good as I should be, but I'm probably a little better than average. But I mean, somebody like anybody with half a brain in OPSEC can grab your freaking longitude and latitude of where you're at because your phone is fucking hooked up to something,
Correct.
And it's like, holy shit, man, this is
really not hard.
This is some fucked up shit.
All you have to do is Google it, and you know how to do it.
Yeah,
it's 2021. Right. It's not hard.
It's all out there.
Yeah, people don't get this.
I guess it's all just about being bad enough that nobody can roll you.
Pretty much. Well, yeah, I mean, it is that simple. Yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got towers here for you. Come to my house, and my kids know their positions, man. They got it set up. So
that's great.
Hey, RG. This story, the Richard story you just told. You said there was some of your private information there on this channel. Yeah. Just wondering if there was an old Girls Gone Wild video there that Richard might have seen.
No. There wasn't. He didn't get to see that. No, that is. I think that has disappeared, and I don't have to worry about that because that was on.
I put heck on it, man.
It was on video media, so I know there's only a couple of them out there to exist. A couple of my friends have it, but
let's put a hex bounty on it. Let's put it.
Right.
And put
I know they did. They put it. There's a bounty on it, but it would be very difficult to find. It's a very obscure. It was at the same time as the Girls Gone Wild, and it was another group of people that were trying to piggyback on that, but they actually did real porn on that thing. So it was like, I don't know. I ended up on the cover of it. I wasn't in it. I was in it, but I wasn't in the porn part of it. I was actually in the filming
only from the waist down. Only from the waist down. Right?
Yeah, no.
You were the actor with the bandana.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want to see that.
with the bandana over my eyes, right?
At least it wasn't over your groin.
No. Oh man. Oh no.
It must be getting late.
Yeah, it is getting late. We're running on 3 hours. How's everybody doing? Does anybody have any other subjects that they want to bring up?
Have we already talked about the interview that Richard did, like the last?
No,
stream?
that was a real good one.
I haven't been able to catch that one yet.
Honestly, that was such a clean performance by him, man.
It was.
It was so succinct. It was only like 20 minutes. It was great.
Yeah, but only because they didn't have the premium plan of Zoom, which was stupid.
Yeah.
How can you do that? I don't understand that. But all right.
Well, it might be better in the long run, because if they break it up into series, like she said, and come back and do part 2 and a part 3,
yeah, all right.
It could be good.
That's a good thing, but you're like a giant simp if you go on a live stream with a dude that made a multi-billion cryptocurrency. You don't pay $100 a year for fucking Zoom.
Yeah,
but all
there's
right.
an advantage.
I just canceled Zoom, by the way. I couldn't make it work for us. This is the best platform for us. So for what we do.
But the stream, it was really good, and I think
it was.
Well, it's a short attention span world. There's not a lot of us that are going to sit there and watch an 8-hour stream.
Yeah, definitely.
So those little ones are so much more digestible and easier to share out because it's like I've shared some of those long ones to people, and they just think I'm fucking insane. It's like
exactly.
a 7-hour stream. It's like, I have a life. So what are you talking? It's like it's chock full of great information. You got to watch it.
It's good. Like if you're like tooling around your garage or doing things, you know, if you just put your headset on and throw your phone in your pocket and listen to it while you're doing something, you know, working around the house. It's good to do it that way. That's the way I like it.
Yeah, definitely.
I really look forward to Wells Only when he has his 5-6 hour streams with Matty Allen and Kareem, because I get so hyped just like listening to it. And I'm driving Uber picking up passengers while I'm listening to this. So I'm like, it's cool that I can listen to it from like beginning to the end, which is dope, you know?
Yeah,
you need to flash your QR code for your staker link.
I'm gonna get the stickers because I seen Finding Jam. He on Twitter he posted the stickers. I'm gonna get some to put in the back of this car right here. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, man.
He's going to be that taxi driver that talks to people about Bitcoin before it happened.
Let him know. His life changing, baby. His life changing.
But you know what's funny? I don't know who these people were, but I picked these guys up. It was somewhere near Venice Beach, and there was some crypto people, right? Because they were listening to what I was playing, and like Richard Hart was talking. He was talking about, I forgot what he was talking about, but he was talking about something. And they're in the back talking about NFTs. And when Richard Hart says Hex, they over here start giggling and like snickering, like I'm into some bullshit or something. Like I really didn't get into it with them, but I could just tell that they like, from what I was listening to, they were like, oh yeah, he doesn't like, he's really like going in the wrong direction. But they were in the back talking about some NFT shit. I'm not saying you're not gonna make money off NFTs, but I'm like, yo, like you're in the wrong thing. So then when I dropped them off, they're like, oh yeah, buy Bitcoin or something like that. But yeah, it's just
you're in
so
LA?
funny. Yeah, I'm in LA. Yeah, I'm in North Hollywood. I live in North Hollywood, but I drive Uber all around. Yeah,
nice,
cool.
Nice.
That's what's up, bro.
But yeah, I'm originally from the Bronx, though, bro. I'm from the Bronx. As well.
Okay. Damn, how you end up all the way out there, man? I was like, because you have the vernacular. You know what
I mean? I needed a change of scenery, you know.
Oh, I already know, bro. I wish I could get the hell out of here, but I can't.
Now you will be soon, man. Like,
no,
when where you want.
Here, I'm out of here in a chopper.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a helicopter for those that don't know.
A federal one with the helicopter money.
Wales only. Where are you?
I'm in the Bronx. I'm in the Bronx.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm in New York.
Is that close to Wall Street? Is it?
It's like an hour away by train.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I mean, it's really not an hour. It's like 45 minutes, half an hour. It's an hour with traffic, you know, with other people in the way.
It's really not 45 minutes. It's like half an hour.
It just depends.
It's really not half an hour. It's 15 minutes.
Is it dangerous living in the Bronx, like on the movies?
Not anymore. Not
like over there with those big ass spiders you guys got, girl.
It's really dangerous in Australia. We don't got those kind of worries over here. A human being isn't that dangerous. I'm sorry.
They're nothing.
Did you guys snakes and saltwater crocodiles? You guys got all the evil shit.
Yeah. I don't know how to defend myself against that. A human being got that covered.
Over to my mansion, you'll be fine. I'll get pest control in.
Sounds like a plan.
Did you see that spider that Dake 43 OG put in the cutthroat room? Holy shit, that thing's a monster.
Yeah. Oh, it looks bigger than what it is, though. We get them all the time. They're harmless. They won't do
okay. All right. Look, I want to. This is a fucking hell the fuck no right here. I mean, you no. I mean,
nah.
Oh,
nah. No, fuck that.
And see, that looks fast.
No.
That looks like a fast one too. You know what I mean? It looks like he could move. Yeah.
They barbecue up really well.
That's in Thailand. You can eat tarantulas and cockroaches and all that. If you've been there, gross.
You can eat a lot. You can eat a lot worse shit in Thailand than cockroaches. I'll tell you that right now.
I'll bet you have RG3.
Oops, let me see if I can get rid of
all
this.
you can eat has a completely different meaning over there. You can eat
Have
all.
you been there? Have you been there? Markable thoughts to
What?
Thailand.
What?
You've been to Thailand.
I've been in Indonesia once, and then I saw a snail as big as this, and that was
Whoa.
interesting to me.
Yeah.
We don't have exotic animals in the
They'd
Netherlands.
probably eat them if they were that big. What a protein.
I don't know. It was just crawling over the street.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was bigger. It was bigger than my fist. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giant snails.
Oh, well, you got to go to Phuket. If you're looking for all you can eat, you got to go to Phuket.
No, I'm not going
All
to
you
travel
can eat snail, baby.
I'm not going to travel half of the world to eat snail. Or
Brings a whole
tarantula.
new meaning to the word snail trail.
I'd rather go to Las Vegas and party
snail
with
trail.
RG.
That was funny.
Here we go. Now the show's degrading. Here we go.
The degen comes out.
All right, I'll degenerate it a little bit more.
Oh boy.
RG. What if
Uh-oh.
RG wants us all in Las Vegas to shoot his new porn called Hex Porn?
I'm there, RG. I'm coming for that one.
Sammy,
yeah.
you know that 90% of the population of Hex is guys, man, right?
I know. That's why I used to really love it.
Just making sure.
Hey, Markable Thoughts, how far away are you from
There's so many bad jokes I could slip in right there, but I'm just not even touching it.
Not even hard. No.
Hey,
I'm
Markable
from
Thoughts, how far
1
from
hour.
This could be raining P shares instead of T shares.
God. I love Amsterdam. I want to go back there. It's a beautiful city. Very
It's
interesting.
pretty cool. Yeah. I'm 1 hour away from everything in the Netherlands because it's that small. Like you can drive anywhere within an hour. I'm right in the middle.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
if you-
beautiful
Somewhere to
people.
go.
Netherlands.
Come to Canada. We got
What?
lots of space here.
Lots of space in
Oh, yeah.
Canada. In
Oh,
the
yeah.
middle, you can almost get free land in the middle because there ain't fucking nothing there. I think they give
That's
that
funny.
shit away. It's like, yeah, go ahead if you want it, have it. You know, there ain't fucking
then-
been nobody there.
and then they
ever.
Couple
still
of
think it's a
caribou.
good
What
deal.
else do you need?
Then it's still a good deal.
I think that in Saskatchewan they got land there that nobody's ever even fucking been on.
Jesus.
Not too big place. Hey,
Markable needs to go to Colorado. That's a spot for you, man. I can tell.
Why?
You would love Colorado.
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
why? What's in Colorado?
Good weed and a lot of
Californians.
pretty hippie chicks.
Can I go snowboarding there?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Snowboard like
definitely
everywhere
I'm
in
going there.
Colorado.
All right, dibs.
Yeah.
I'm buying Colorado when Hex is $1.
There you go.
There you go.
Boom.
Mine.
Yeah.
And plus the hippie chicks. I want them included.
Yeah. Did I peg it? I told you, man.
At least go to like Golden or something like that and buy that place and fix it up.
I don't know what. Yeah, I'll just buy anything. It's fine.
There's, I'm trying to think of what's the real hippie town in Colorado? Is it Golden? What is it? It's
Oh, Golden is actually a name of a town.
Yeah, Golden, Colorado. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's another one up there. It's real hippie. Like
How desperate have to be?
Nederland?
It's like the
Outside
San
of Boulder?
Francisco of Colorado.
Oh,
desperate
it's
do you have to be if you call yourself
Aspen.
Golden?
What's that?
Aspen?
No, it's not Aspen. I'll think of
Colorado
it.
Springs?
No, Colorado Springs is like the freaking suburbs of Colorado. That's where all the yuppies live.
So is anyone down to go snowboarding with me?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd be down. Yeah, it'd be fun.
That would be cool. That's it's funny. I've been saying that for 7 years now to people. Like, I don't care about this world. I just want to go snowboarding. And then that's it. Like, just have a cabin and I want to go snowboarding all day. And everyone was telling me, no, but you have to work. And how do you do that? And all that. And now I'm almost there. And it feels good.
Nice. Nice.
Awesome.
Even without a hex, it's not. Within 2 years, I'm there. So that's
nice.
Cool. That's great, man.
Good stuff, man.
Feels
Way
good.
to do it.
Feels good
Yeah.
to rig the system. And everyone
Right.
everyone always told me I was crazy. And
what are you going to do for a chairlift, Michael?
What?
What are you going to do for a chairlift? You're going to keep walking up the hill and snowboarding?
Oh, dude, you can build a chairlift with just a simple motor, and then you just have like a cable.
Well, you can do a pole rope.
You can build it yourself.
Pull rope. Yeah, simple.
You could, but also I could also just go to a ski resort.
Yeah,
I was a pretty good snowboarder in my day. I actually snowboarded on a team, but I gave it up. I don't like crashing anymore and falling down. It doesn't. The old bones.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a skateboarder back in the day too. Surfer, all the board sports.
Yeah, skate. Well, I mean, surfing doesn't hurt, so I still surf, but definitely no more skateboarding. When my son was about, said he's 19 now. He was probably about 7 years old. I took him to the park and I said, okay, I'm going to jump back out there and go drop in on this thing. And I fucking busted my ass. And I was like, that's the last time I'm fucking riding a skateboard ever again. And that is it. I mean, I dropped into this fucking bowl, man. And that was it. I was like, no. This is not going to end well if I keep doing this shit. But, and then snowboarding. And then now that hurts too. Snowboarding and falling, that hurts too. So it's like, nah, it's
just
cool.
Don't fall then, man.
I know. But you know what, man? I don't move like I used to. It was like you just lose a step, man. It's like, you used to be able to freaking, this lip didn't matter, that lip didn't matter. You were you were in the air. Everything was good. And now that shit doesn't work like that no more, man.
Nope.
Nah, it catches up with you.
It does. Oh,
I'm still
I hate
building,
it.
man.
But surfing, man, you don't lose it and you don't lose it at surfing,
No,
I mean, I can't crack a lip like I used to anymore, but I mean, I can still hold my own out there in the surf, But
how is it different then? Like, how is it feel different?
It's the flow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely not as fast. I'm not as fast, but I mean, surfing, you get more. How can I just say you get more suave about how you surf, and you don't lose that. You actually get a little better as time goes on. I mean, when you're young, you're just crazy and fucking doing tricks and shit and all that kind of crap. But once you mature into it and you just get a flow to you, and it just sticks with you.
Yeah.
You don't have to be quick, fast, and it's just a flow. So it's cool, man.
I think I would have that with snowboarding as well, though. Depends on what you do more, I guess. I think.
Yeah, the finesse comes, I'm sure.
And then like snowboarding is completely different from skateboarding and surfing. Like skateboarding and surfing is the same.
Skateboarding, no, man. Skateboarding is harsher, for sure.
No, but the action, like snowboarding is in your hips. Snowboarding is in your hips and how you maneuver your back foot, with the weight of your hips. In surfing, it's all back foot, it's all foot action, and you don't.
I've never surfed, man.
No,
I would love to. Yeah, but in the Netherlands, it's not that nice, so I have to actually go away.
I bet.
Freeze out there.
Speaking of OPSEC, if I can just say something real quick.
Yeah.
There's a friend of mine that I just onboarded recently, and talk about some great OPSEC. I've been friends with this girl since the MySpace days, and she has never posted a photograph of herself ever. And she's like one of my dearest friends. She's watching right now. Hey, Sarah. And she just got her wallet approved. She just texted me.
But is Sarah her real name?
I don't know. That could, I don't know. I'm assuming it is, but yeah, she lives out west. She's California.
Maybe Sarah is a man.
Yeah.
You never know. It could be a catfish. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Pretty sure not. Pretty sure not.
All right.
Yeah, but she's excited. She just the Firebun must be working late. He approved another batch of wallets for me just now because I just
he
got
better
a
be.
text.
Get your ass to work, Bun.
I know, right?
Slacker, freaking slacker. Steph doing all
Grinding
the
them
work.
out.
Get your ass to work,
Grinding
there,
them out.
boy.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I gotta get out of here and start filling up some of these wallets that got approved. But this was a lot of fun, man. It's like Wales, so nice to be on with you.
Same here, man.
JFK, Bearded, all you guys, Sammy and Serena, always a pleasure. Sinclair, nice meeting you, bro.
Same to you.
Yeah, you guys take it easy.
Be good,
All
brother.
right, I might hang out and chat for a minute, but if not, I'll see y'all soon.
Yeah,
sure.
I miss you already.
See ya. Thanks, RG. See you, bud.
See you, bud. What do we got there? He didn't blink. There we go.
Nice.
And there, if anybody else wants to come in. So, all right, what else we got to talk about? I'm from Costa Mesa, California. Now I live in Denmark. I miss the good Mexican food at the beaches. Yeah, you can't, you cannot deny our Mexican food. That's for sure. If you ever come to visit RG3 and you guys want to have a meetup, I will get you to the world's greatest fish tacos on the planet, and you will not be disappointed. That is for sure. That is for sure. Sinclair, you ever eat at Taco Nazo?
Nah, I never heard of it.
Oh shit.
Where's that at?
Well, they've got them in Lakewood, Whittier,
okay,
El Monte, South El Monte.
Orange County.
There's like four. There's like four of them, and they're all family owned, but they just freaking the bomb ass fish tacos, fish shrimp. I mean, they got Mexican food period, but they're known for their fish tacos.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you like Mediterranean food, but you got Zanko's out there, right?
Yeah. I go there a lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That's
get the kebab. Yep.
Yep. The best is their shawarma plates. The chicken shawarma plate is the freaking best.
That's what I got. The chicken shawarma.
Shawarma with extra garlic. That garlic paste is like freaking you can't touch that.
You know what's funny though? I didn't have real Mexican food until I came to California. Because I always thought tacos were like those yellow shells, like Taco Bell. And I never liked it. I never liked it at all. But actually, the first real taco I had was actually in Tijuana. Not Tijuana, Rosarito, when I went down there. I never liked it at all. But actually, the first real taco I had was actually in Tijuana. Not Tijuana.
Taco.
That was. Yeah, I don't know what just happened, but yeah, I just heard my
Marina joined.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
It's good.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Welcome.
And I clicked out.
Serena fat fingered the freaking YouTube button. You missed the boxed bottle of wine there. Fat fingered your YouTube button.
Over there again.
I don't know what I did.
There you go.
Flicking the play button there. Toby One, look at that, another $5 donation to the cause. Right on. All right, guys. Before we start talking about tacos and shawarma anymore, anybody got anything else they want to roll? Because I'm gonna call this one at 3 hours and 5 minutes. Anything, pirates? Anybody got anything?
It's been fun, guys.
It's been real fun. Thanks, Wales, for coming on, bro. It's good seeing you on the FM Hangout.
Pleasure being on with everyone.
All right, guys. You all have a good one. Monday. Guest, what's coming on Monday? I'm not sure what we're gonna have Monday. We're working on some guests, but we'll see what happens. Don't have any for sure's yet. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. That steak's coming out Monday. It will be out. Things will be changing.
See you guys.
It's like a movie trailer.
Or they won't. Might be going sideways, and we'll be just sitting here bored as fuck again. So see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.
See you, Serena.
Sideways.